So the last, so where we were up to last time.
So, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I was about to do a recap, but that's fine.
No, recap. Good. I didn't know that it was the kind of question that you don't expect.
Oh, rhetorical.
A rhetorical.
Well,
Yes.
I tell you what, you can describe what happened. Go on, Iona.
Fuck. Right.
Go on.
I don't like this.
Yep, you did it to yourself. There's only yourself to blame.
I can help.
Last time,
Help her.
natural one.
Right.
We fucked up some bugbears.
Previously.
Yeah, we did.
We saved a sad goblin who is now unconscious, and there was a dude with a massive eye that Rowan got far, far too involved with. Did I do it right?
That's pretty.
I mean, you did like
Yeah.
pretty
get
much.
all up in it. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, you okay, Rowan? You knackered.
Yeah, we just woke up. We were.
Yeah, I forgot that I forgot that 1:45 is 15 minutes away from 2 p.m. So.
To be fair, we might have watched too many Star Trek Next Generation episodes last night.
It's entirely possible, and I don't think we should be held responsible for.
Okay, that's fine. So apparently, Freya and Rowan are not responsible for their actions today.
No, absolutely not.
Basically, you've gone into the bowels of Tresender Manor. You 2 times ago, you managed to get down. You made your way into the sort of the opening area. Ash found a hidden door, and you went through it, and you found a giant monster that you had heard some sort of background sort of talk about, with one giant eye, and you did kill it. It took a little bit of doing, and you also found some stuff in a chest. What did you find?
Pardon me. We found a sword called the Talon that
Yeah.
used to belong to a knight.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And it's
And I
a
think
plus. It's a
Beaver
plus, a
pelts
plus one.
and
To all
Yeah,
the
it's a +1 longsword.
Black Hawk.
Beaver pelts and gems.
I think the beaver pelts were from something
They were
else,
from a
weren't
barrel.
they?
Yeah, the beaver pelts were
Yeah.
from the room at the
I
top.
remember
The room at the top of the
beaver.
crevasse.
Where are my
From
notes?
Malachite also. I don't know.
That's fine.
Oh,
So
my.
Malachite gem, yeah.
Oh, we found some potions
you
that
did
we.
indeed. So
took-
I'll just quickly go through as well to just remind you to make sure that you have sorted that out. You found a chest containing 160 silver pieces, 120 gold pieces, 5 malachite gems, 2 potions of healing.
Wasn't there some electrum?
Not in this place. There was at some other place, but not
yeah.
here. A +1 longsword that you found, that because I think Super did a detect
Yeah.
something. I can't remember what it was, but you found that it was a magically infused longsword. And there's also, you found a scroll which Super can't read, but he's taken it and he's popped it in his
Yeah.
dress. It's fine. Rogue.
I like how we
That's why I didn't know I had anything.
terms.
Well, I have a backpack.
Yes,
So...
that's fine.
so you don't need to
It's fine,
wonder
you know,
where
it's like
have
you've,
I
like, got
hid
the most. You know what? I tell you what,
the
though,
scroll.
see, if you had a dress with
Let's
lots
say
of pockets, I'll
it
take
will
it.
be perfectly clean when it comes out
That's fine. Good.
from the backpack. Okay.
Right. You then snuck through and heard some disruption going on in one of the rooms, and when you eventually went in, you found 3 bugbears and a goblin, a little goblin. It looked like the bugbears were picking on this little goblin. The goblin pretty much dropped unconscious as soon as you walked in the room through sheer fright. You tried to you did try to convince the bugbears to stop fighting, but they wouldn't listen to you, and you ended up taking them out in quite some style. So they are now lying all corpsey on the floor. You've just had a long rest. you haven't yet had looked through. You haven't yet had a chance to kind of properly root through them and see if they've got anything on them. So this is where you're going to start. So you've all taken time to have a long rest. You each took watches through the time that you had your long rest, and you didn't hear anything. You imagine that it's overnight anyway, so you've taken the time. There won't be many people around, so it's been very quiet. As you come to, the goblin starts stirring, and as he wakes up, he kind of gets really set, and he sort of backs himself into the corner.
I thought we had tied him to
Well, he
the
was
bed.
bound.
He's bound, but he's
Okay.
he shuffles back, and he looks pretty damn terrified.
Okay, I'll tell him in Goblin that say calm, we won't hurt you.
And he sort of sniffles. He sort of sniffles a little bit, and he looks at you, and he sort of says, I can be useful to you. I know things. Don't hurt me. I know things. I can tell you things.
Do I get a pet goblin? I want a pet goblin.
Oh
I'll
god.
call him Not.
Who's that?
Not the brave. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him what does he know about this place.
Okay. If you could please roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around.
Fuck.
First roll. So Ash is looking around. What else do people want to do?
I'm looking around confused.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
and so instead of trying to figure out what they're saying in Goblin, I'm gonna loot the guy that's in front of me.
Nice.
The red one.
Loot.
The red one. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I think I'll loot the green one.
Okay. So, Rowan, do you want to?
While trying to
Calla,
look
do you
not
want
scary.
to loot the blue one? Does anybody want to check make sure, stand guard?
I was gonna say I'll stand guard.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll loot the blue one then.
Dangerous ruin.
Good plan. Okay, so, as you we'll go through very quickly. So Ash, you go up to the red one. You have a good loot around. He's a little bloody. I think you pretty much sort of sliced him in half, didn't you, or something really unpleasant. I can't remember what you did, but it's not. Either way, he's not in the best of states, and you don't find anything on him, I'm afraid.
Okay.
What do I find on Mr. Greenie?
You are the same. You don't find anything on him.
But I find 1,000 gold.
You are actually looting through the sort of the leader of the bugbears, the one who you were trying to talk to and was ignoring you. What you had noticed this, but it sort of obviously hadn't sort of come up in conversation, is that he had a patch over his eye. He only had one eye, and the eye patch is made of black leather and is covered in gems.
Fancy. I thought we were
So
going to
I'll,
steal an eye and I got excited.
I guess I'll take that then.
Okay, if you'd like
Sure.
to do an investigation check
Very
as well,
niche.
see if you can find anything else.
That's a 6.
Okay, you find 33 silver pieces.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I'll share them out, sure.
Okay, so if you want to be doing that, whilst you're doing this, Aramil has been Aramil just sort of is trying to kind of calm this goblin down and talk to him. He knows the sort of the general layout of this sort of hideout area. He hasn't spent much time outside of this room. It seems that the bugbears just basically wanted to play with him and kind of like pick on him, torture him a little bit. So he doesn't know exactly what's going on. He knows that he knows that there's a big creature to the east with one eye. He saw that as they sort of walked him past. He also knows that he's heard some commotion from the north, and thinks that there are further rooms to the north, and and he hasn't seen the wizard in anywhere that he's gone through from the sort of the main entrance and through to the barracks. So he assumes that the wizard is up to the north somewhere, but that's somewhere he's never been. Is there any other information that you want to ask him?
Do you know? Yeah.
I nudge Aramil and say, What were the bugbears saying to him? But Aramil speaks Goblin, and Goblin.
Yeah, I guess I would have understood it, but I can't remember now if we actually
What are you
were asked about it. I don't think
ask
so.
him if he wants to come with us.
Are you sure it's a good idea? I mean, he would probably faint at the moment we find it.
That's probably
Also,
true.
I literally used a goblin head as initiative in the last big fight we had.
I don't think that
He doesn't have to know about
I
that.
was going to say he doesn't speak. Look at him. He doesn't speak common. So that's.
I say everything I'm saying very kind of gently and happily.
I mean,
Oh, you're
so as
that
not to
British
make him worried.
Taurus that says everything slow.
He doesn't really look like a very brave goblin. You know, like I don't think he can help in a fight.
He's kind of he's definitely cowering in the corner.
Just let him go
What
free.
will happen to him now? I mean, if he
is there
goes
anything
free, he's
else?
basically in town.
Is there anything else that you want to know about anywhere? Anything? Is there anything else that you'd like to?
Oh, how many other
ask him
people are here?
about?
Does he know about the skeletons?
Okay, I asked him if he has seen or heard something about skeletons here.
Oh, he kind of he looks up at you and he goes, the Mosk was talking about the skeletons. He says that they scare even him, but it's not so bad if you know the password.
Okay.
Do you know the password?
And he looks up and he goes, I don't know if I remember. If you want to do if you want
Can
to
I
do
insight?
if you want to try and do an insight check on him.
Me?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, 9. I keep rolling terribly. I have a +5 on insight.
Oh my god, that's
Well,
not a good roll.
I will.
Wow.
As I understand him, I will do an insight check too, if it's okay. You know, like
I would like right, Ash, what were you going to say?
Can I pet him on the head and like comfort him and be like, "It's all right, we're all friends here," like in a really comforting tone, just so he doesn't feel scared of us?
Comforting music.
You can,
Well,
right? What means Aramil, I would like you to do a persuasion check, please, but with advantage. So,
Okay.
at the
I'm
moment,
just
so the
banging
goblin
along
has got.
here.
So you've given. So because you're all like gathered around him, and he thinks that you're going to like hurt him, but you start like patting him on the head and like kind of like singing gentle nursery rhymes to him. And
Oh, can we keep him? I'll clean him out and feed him.
I've just stood by the door practicing golf swings with pride.
Oh.
Just
thank your advantage.
With advantage, what did you get?
15.
15.
Oh yes.
He looks at you. Sorry, I just need my tea. He looks at you and he goes, I don't know what it means, but apparently the password is Ilifan? That's what I heard. I might be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
I also pat him on the head.
Ilifan.
Ilifan?
Illefan. Ilifan.
Whoa, that was too fast.
Illefan. No for November. No for nothing. No for no idea.
Ash has it. Sorry,
Ash.
Rowan has it. This Ash, not that Ash.
Now we know how you
Ash.
really feel.
I thought we
Yeah,
weren't
this
using
ass-
our pet
this
names on
ass
stream.
has it.
It ain't a secret.
Okay.
So anything else? That he's looking fairly kind of comforted. He's not shaking anymore. He's looking quite.
Has
I think ask him what he wants to do, because he's given us a fair amount of information, so he could go free if he wants, or he can follow us.
Or he could stay here and hide and we'll come get him later.
has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be a better idea.
So give him the options. It just feels right.
Least.
Hello?
Has he got anything on him weapon wise? Do I know? Can I tell?
He doesn't look like he's got anything. Anything that he might have had has been taken off him. The bugbears would not have let him have any kind of weaponry.
I'll walk over to him then and take out the spare short sword I have in my pack.
Okay.
And I'll just go, look, stay here. We'll come back for you when it's all clear. And I'll put the short sword on the bed away from him.
He holds his sort of bound wrists out, and he tries to reach it, but doesn't quite manage to get
Yeah, we
there.
have to unbind him.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea.
I think maybe explain to him in Goblin what's happening, because right
Yes,
now
please, Aramil.
being given
He
a
might
sword
think we're fighting
and
to the
unbound-
death.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So
I'm acting as a translator for
And I'll punch him in the face now.
well, what do we say? And
Don't put him to sleep.
I'm also translating to the rest what he's saying.
yeah.
We're gonna have him hide here, maybe like under one of the beds, or they're like up off the floor, right?
Yeah, they are. They're up off the floor. They're like cots, and he's only little,
So-
so he probably could sort of slide under one of the beds. So
Tell
if you
him to
want
keep
tell
the
him-
sword
Yeah.
under there with him. And if anybody comes in, stab him. If he gets
Aramil.
found.
Stab him with the
Aramil,
pointy
If
end.
try to
Ask him
hide
what his
first
name
and
is.
wait for them to leave.
Wait,
Well, what's his name?
what did you say, Calla?
Ask him what his name is.
Okay, well,
He,
what's your name?
He he looks up and he's I think he's
Little
quite in awe of you. Like this kind of like this band of people who've taken out the people who were attacking him and have been so nice to him. And he looks at you and he kind of looks down and he goes, Droop. My name is
Oh,
Droop. Droop.
I have to keep him now.
Oh, no, you cannot keep any rogue monster you find on the road.
His name is Droop.
His name is Droop. Write that shit down.
Droop or Droop?
I think Droop.
Droop is in
Droop.
Droop. D-R-O-O-P. Droop.
That's cute.
It is cute. He's still a hideous goblin though. So you know.
Well,
He's not that
still
cute.
down in my notebook as cute little goblin Droop.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm
fine.
imagining Dobby but green.
Yes.
Okay,
Cool.
then I
Oh.
told him to wait here and hide till everything's clear and we come back from him. Or, well, he can choose to follow us or try to
I think it'd be
move
best
out
if
of
he
the
were to
mansion.
stay here.
But, yeah, probably the best thing is to stay here.
And
till
he's
we come back
he's
from him.
nodding and he's sort of looking over at the bodies of the red brands and he kind of tentatively kind of gets the sword and he holds it like that. He's like does like a couple of like He's like, okay.
We have unbound him already, right?
You've unbound him, so you can sort of do a quick
Okay.
stabby stab. He's like practicing stabby stab, and he sort of nods, and he's about to
Oh,
shuffle.
he's learning.
He's about to shuffle down.
He's learning
He's
the
about to
stabby way.
shuffle down under the bed, and he looks at you, Aramil, and he goes, They all wear red cloaks, you know.
Yeah.
All the red brand, they all wear red cloaks. And
All
then-
of them, not even most of them. All of them.
all of them.
All of them.
And he then he shuffles under the bed.
I say bye-bye, Droop. We'll be back. I don't care if he doesn't understand.
He doesn't
me.
understand you at all, but he understands. He your voice is.
He understands that you're
tone of
kind.
Your voice sounds kind.
And it's
So, yeah. Okay, so you have
I want to keep.
you've managed to convince Iona that she does not need a pet goblin. What are you going to do now?
Before we leave, I'll take Talon out of my backpack and go, while it was a fun new attraction, I can't help myself going back to old tools. Iona, you wanted this, didn't you?
I mean, it's very pretty.
Can
It's
I-
no replacement for a
Iona,
pet
are
goblin,
you,
but I'll take it.
Are you proficient with longswords?
She is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they had a disagreement over who got it.
That's it. Then because okay, so Iona, you are now in possession of a +1 longsword.
Da-na-na-na. Excellent. Gonna
Yeah.
weapon.
Which gives you, hold on, longsword. Is 1d. It's still 1d8 slashing.
1d8 slashing. I say thank you, Rowan.
Okay, and it's +1 to whatever. So what's your? I think it's is it Dex.
My
Yeah, it
dex.
is Dex for Fred.
So what's your scimitar normally?
Normally
What's your attack normally?
1d8 plus 3.
And +3 is your Dex.
No.
What's your Dex?
Ash, help. Oh yeah, dex is plus 3.
So you are now +4. Okay. So your longsword is your Dex +1. So it means that your attacks are now +4 with that longsword. Okay.
Yeah, it does it all for her. Thank goodness on D&D Beyond.
Thank God for that.
I just sat here watching it like open every tab and close every tab, just hitting every button like Thunderbird typing. Like, oh god!
It says 1d8 plus 3.
Yes, but it's
below
not just
it.
a standard longsword. It's a longsword +1.
Oh, so it's 1d10 plus.
No, it's still 1d8.
That's what. But Ash said, "Oh,
1d8
1d10."
plus
You
4.
know what?
Ash is being wrong.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
I feel like I made a mistake.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so what would you like to do?
Head to that opposite door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'll clear the barricade. that we
Okay,
made.
so clear the barricades out the way and head to the opposite door.
Hmm.
Go on.
Fixed it. 1d8 plus.
Going on an adventure.
Okay,
We're
the door
going
is
on
closed, right?
So you're at a door. What would you like to
Is
do?
it closed?
I'm moving
It's closed.
stealthily.
Okay. If you're moving stealthily,
Yeah.
I will just accept that. Rowan though.
I would
I
like
was
to
gonna
listen.
say. I was like, whoa.
We are all stealthily. Roll one,
you're
please.
at you're at this door. What would you like to do?
I would like
Open
to
it.
listen and see if I can hear anything.
Okay, so could you please make a wisdom check, a perception check?
You had to change that on me.
It's
Okay.
perception is wisdom.
Wow. Okay. So that's a 5.
Okay, so you listen at the door, and you definitely hear something. It sounds like there are people inside. It doesn't sound aggressive. It sounds whatever's going on. It sounds raucous, but that's all you can really tell.
Can I have a go?
Well, there's people in there, guys. Don't know how many, and I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Okay, one more of you can make can go up and check. So
Yeah,
you-
Calla. I think you're
Quite
our
far back.
you're a perception.
Perceptive.
Oh my god. 14.
That's good.
Is it?
You hear pretty much the same as Ash hears, except that you can also hear the sound of like rattling and kind of like and
Sounds like they might be having a fight club. I don't know.
What do you hear?
Rattling, yelling,
They
shouting.
could be playing dice, gambling.
They might be playing an RPG game, you're right.
Yeah, I hear they are of the devil.
Whoa!
As I say, they're playing this game.
They must
about
definitely be
about
the bad guys.
Playing this game about a wizard, a bard.
Nah, that would be completely stupid.
Yeah.
Who would want to play that?
RPG,
That's
it's
such a
RPG,
boring
game.
game.
Yeah,
God.
Inception. Okay. Yeah, headbutt.
They may be playing a game where they live in big cities and like chat through the airwaves. And they can see each other when they are not
That's
personally.
too meta.
That is far too
Playing
meta. So
people
what's you
and
going-
places instead
you
of
going-
Dungeons and Dragons.
What's you going to do?
I think
'Cause you're
we should
outside this
open the
door.
door slowly, because if they're being loud, then they might not notice
They might
us
not
as-
hear us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so who would
see,
like
check it.
to try the door?
I'll take a step back.
Rowan's at the front. It'll
Um,
be strength though to open it, right?
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you do it too well,
we
you're
probably
gonna
want
fling it
him out
open.
at the front.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try and open the door, please. Please.
Okay, so if you could, I would like you to roll a stealth check first.
Oh dear.
Come on, Rowan.
I'm
With
going to. You're not
disadvantage.
actually moving, so I won't give you disadvantage on it. You're standing still, but I still want you to roll the stealth check as you lean down and go for the handle of the door.
Devon. I think I'm being stealthy. Just hit my gauntlet against it like.
As you fumble around at the door, you hold onto the latch and you twist it and you push the door open very, very slightly. Rowan, whoever would anyone like to do anything? Like, who would like to peer around the door? What would you like to do?
Ash, do you want to peer around the
Yeah,
door?
Ash is
Or I
directly
could?
behind Rowan.
I guess.
Okay, if you can do another perception check for me.
Come on, dice. Better this time. It landed in my pocket. Never mind.
Again.
Now I'm pucky.
I got a 9.
A 9. As
Woo!
you open up the door, and you sort of peer around, you're trying to stay out. You're still trying to stay out of sight, so you're mostly doing this by listening. It doesn't sound like they're fighting at this point, but it's definitely getting more and more raucous, and it sounds very much like they're playing a game.
Hey guys, I think we should wait to see if they fight and then sneak past.
It's a good idea.
I wanna
Maybe
smash
we
up.
could try going the other way, because there was another passageway to the north on the
Yeah,
same
there
side
was.
of the canyon.
Mm.
Okay. Make a decision
Yeah.
about what you would like to do.
I think I want to try the other passageway.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right.
Okay. So, are you going to leave the door partly open? Are you going to try and close it?
I will try to close it
Okay.
quietly.
If you could do if you could do a stealth. Well, I want you to do stealth check, please.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Okay.
Yes!
No.
Door.
I used a different die this time.
Yay!
That's
Die
the
more.
reason.
The door closes almost like it's on air. It just sort of closes. There's no noise at all, and as you close it, the sound of whatever's going on in this room kind of eases down, and you can just hear the sort of the faint talking of people. They have not noticed that you're there at all.
Cool.
I started using my new dice set, and they don't like me yet, so I'm gonna have to teach them a little bit more.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rub them and like kind of talk to them.
Pat them.
Be like,
I gotta let them
Took
get
them
to
in
know
at night.
me.
You're
They need
a
stuff.
lovely dice. You're very good. I like you with the natural 20s, right? Let's see if that helps. 14. No, it needs, it
14's
needs a
good.
little bit more persuasion. Right, anyway. Back in DM mode. Okay, so you're moving. Okay.
Stealthily.
Can you all roll a stealth check for me, please? And tell me what you get. All.
Ooh.
I got 20, but not a natural
16.
20. 18 plus 2.
16.
17.
Okay, Aramil,
8.
Rowan,
I stumble with my dress
Rowan.
on the floor.
I got a 1, but not a natural one.
But you just gotta, yeah, okay. And
But I got a
Iona,
1.
16.
yeah, okay. You do actually all manage to move pretty stealthily. We've got Calla and Iona and Ash kind of like holding on to you guys as well to sort of help you move, and you're all managing to kind of snake your way along. It's not too bad. There are some kind of like scuffles and some clunks and knocking of stones, but it could have been a lot worse.
One of us could fall back down the ravine.
That
Don't say
was a
that.
Into the
choice.
squishy
ideas.
person stuff.
Don't give me ideas. So it is very dark. There are no flames, no candles down this corridor. So people with dark vision, it's very dim, and you can see the humans. Humans, however, can't.
I'm gonna
Do we wanna
squish
do that?
vaguely to the front.
Unless you want to.
Do we want to do
unless
that
you like
shoulder thing?
Want to like light a torch or anything?
I think I have some more torches.
I still have a torch.
I don't.
Okay.
If
Well, it's a good thing we only need one
But
torch.
I don't need one.
I threw mine in a
No need
ravine.
torches
I
where
don't need
we're
torches.
going.
So are you going to light a torch?
Do we want to light a torch or do we want to do
Shall
the
I
shoulder
go
thing?
first because I'm an elfy dude person thing, and I got a fancy sword now.
It's up to you guys. But remember,
I
you've got you.
I feel like I'm kind of raring to
you've
go
got
with
to
this
be
sword.
doing this stealthily.
Yeah.
So how about Iona, me, then somebody else with dark vision, and then Rowan, and then Aramil at the back.
Okay.
Good.
I
I'm down
have
for that.
Also, Iona is raring to
Civil
go and try this.
So I guess that, yeah.
As far as possible from the fight, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So
So,
I was going second,
Yeah.
so I can like put my hand on
Yeah.
Iona's
so
on her
you've
shoulder.
got you've got the ones with dark vision are leading the way, and people who don't have dark vision are sort of nestled in between to be able
Can
to
I
follow.
still keep my
But-
torch out just in case I need to use it?
You can
Like, just keep in my offhand.
You can keep your torch in your offhand,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not lit. That's fine. Iona is at the front, and Iona has dark vision. So Iona's the person who's going to be doing this. You
Okay,
get to the end of the corridor, and there is a door to your left and a door to your right.
I'd like to see what I can hear from both doors.
Okay, so if you want to choose which door you want to do first.
The south door, please.
Okay, so if you listen at the south door, if you do a perception check for me, please. So all the rest of you are just sort of
9.
the rest of you are just hanging back. From the south door, you can hear the very similar sounds to what you heard from when you were at the other door. The sound of the sound of sort of people, and the sound of just kind of like "Hey!" and "Whoa!" and that kind of noise.
I turn back and I very quietly say, I think this is the same room as before.
I think it's the barracks the
Really?
goblin was on about.
Yeah. I'd like to have a listen to the north door now.
Okay, so listening to the north door. Perception check, please.
Oh. 3. 5.
You hear nothing.
Oh.
You don't hear
Okay.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything there, but I might have been temporarily deaf.
You don't know that.
Well, the other door was too loud, so now she can't
So-
hear anything.
Yeah, she's
definitely-
it's done her ears in.
I say, there's definitely things in the south door. Do we want to try the north door?
Sure.
I don't know if I want to try north door. Then there'd be people there, and we get into a fight, and then we also have the people from the barracks.
I
Do
was
we
going
want
to
to
say,
clear out the back? Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
don't like the idea of a load of enemies appearing behind Aramil in the next fight.
No, thank you. How
Let's go
about
to the
we
north
attack
one.
from both sides of the barracks?
Pince attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a nice idea. Let's do that.
This is one of the
Why is this ASMR?
This is one of the longest stealthy conversations ever.
We're
You guys
stage
are having
whispering.
An entire.
Well,
We're going to go and do this. Right?
The talking is all for the audience. This is all
We're
for
getting
Sorry.
into the characters.
If you're
Thank you.
actually whispering, but if I talk like this, anybody listening to this recording is not gonna be able to tell what I'm saying. Not very well, I don't think.
Absolutely, because if you
Whispering.
can't, because everyone knows that if you can't actually see lips move, then it's not actually you're not talking. It's not real.
That's so true. Guys, what are we doing?
I think we should try the pincer attack thing. That sounds fun.
Are we just leaving
Right.
the north door then?
But what's the benefit of a pincer attack? We have half melee, half ranged. It means half our squishies are not going to be as protected as
No,
if
but
we
we
all
don't
went
have
through
to
one way.
split it up like that. We don't have to split it up like that. We could have
We don't have We can
Ash
totally do it just
and
through this door.
Aramil.
I think we
And
should
maybe Iona
have
on one
this
side.
conversation away from the door.
Maybe we could try
This is
to
whispering.
open slightly this door to see if we can see something. Like what we did with
I
the
think we
other
should
one,
have this.
but
I agree
see-
with Iona. Let's have the conversation away from the door.
Okay. We back up.
Reverse.
Everyone do a stealth check for me.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. Going beep 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 doesn't help. What did you-
13.
13.
yeah,
18.
it certainly helps.
Oh my
Apparently,
I can
I
see.
was the one saying beep,
Oh my God.
beep,
Oh my
beep,
God, did you get
because I rolled a 1.
Oh my god. What else did people roll? So we've got a 13, an 18, a 1.
6.
I tripped over the first
4.
stair and smashed my face against it.
13.
Guys, we're so good at this.
We're like proper adventurers.
Amazing. I rolled a 1. Right. So as you're walking back, there was quite a lot of clattering happens. So like as you're actually walking backwards because it's quite narrow. So you're kind of all shuffling backwards, and you one of you trips, which means that Rowan smacks into you, and his armor rattles, and it's all a little bit noisy. Everyone stop. Who's at the front? Me. Iona, do a perception check for me to hear whether there is anything like the sounds. Okay, you can't hear.
Son of a bitch.
You can't hear.
There's 2 doors.
You can't. You can't hear anything coming from either door now.
Since I'm second.
Oh no.
You
And
are.
this
Are
is
you,
how
just
we
going to,
die.
are you just going to keep on backing up? Are you just
Yeah,
going to keep backing up?
which is.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
I mean,
good
we're
idea.
on a
Oh,
narrow
yeah.
Aramil's
corridor.
causing a traffic jam.
Everyone
We
roll.
could just go straight in.
If you're trying to, if you're backing up further, everyone do another stealth check. Make a decision now.
Backing up further.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone do a stealth check for me.
16.
I also got 16.
Oh, fuck.
I got 16.
Hey.
Oh,
Aramil.
Oh my god.
The
Aramil.
dice
Oh,
is
no.
not strong
Oh, wait.
with me today.
Rowan
A
falls
natural
into
one.
Aramil.
That's basically the
They
same.
share a tender embrace.
Like, oh, no, I fell.
Basically, yeah. As you're walking backwards, Aramil trips. Rowan falls on top of him. Luckily, Calla, Iona, and Ash are all quite nimble and sort of manage to kind of like hop over this little pile of like fighter and wizard that's kind of like smooshed up on the floor. At this
Nice.
point, again, I would like Iona to do a perception check.
Eight.
There are 2 doors.
Please tell me there's a teen on the end of that.
Now,
I whisper
now
to
there's only one
Aramil and
door.
Rowan, get a room.
8. You still don't hear anything. But that could mean that
We need
there's
to keep
that
backing up,
could
though. We
mean
have
that
really-
there is nothing to hear. So at this point, everyone is
like
back.
that.
Everyone is back near that top north bridge.
Okay,
Just
so
gonna
we're all
walk
up here
around.
finally.
It doesn't sound as though you have disturbed anybody. From what you can tell at the moment, it doesn't sound. It sounds like whatever was going on in that south room was so noisy that they haven't heard you. You are very, very lucky.
The bridges.
Yeah.
Question.
The bottom
The
one is
bridges
broken.
just rope bridges. The bottom's broken. The top one is just a rope bridge.
It's rope with
So
it's
it
like
wouldn't-
rope with planks.
Guys, I
Oh,
have
no.
an idea.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Hey, hear me out. Right.
Even your DM's like just going fine.
This is
One
the
of
part
us-
where she screws up everything for you, Lise.
Oh, yeah. We all go.
Doing that for 20-something years.
Aw.
Oh, I didn't mean it. You're lovely. I love you. Okay, go on.
Right, though. I think, right, if we all go over to the other side to where that magical circle is appearing on this magical map, then one of us who is fast,
Sorry, that's my magical circle sound.
then one of us who is fast goes up there, distracts them somehow, and they all come towards us. The person who's distracting runs over to the other side with everyone else, cuts off the bridge, and then we can pick them off from range.
Lovely idea, but how do we then get back across the ravine of possible
like we did
necrotic energy?
before. Just like we did before.
Which was
we
on
managed
the
it.
rope bridge.
Yeah, we
No,
managed
we climbed out.
crossing
We
We managed to climb out at
over
one point.
Yeah,
the
we
rope bridge.
we cast use a rope bridge, and there won't be a rope bridge to use.
I would like to
No, but
remind you that there was.
We
some,
didn't
I would
climb
like
out,
to
we
remind you
pulled
that
you
there
up
was
with the
some
rope.
fall damage that happened when you were trying to climb out of the
I think I
ravine.
took 12 fall damage.
There was a
We
number-
took a
there was-
lot of fall
There was
damage.
quite a lot of bludgeoning damage. This is
Yeah,
not.
and
This
I
is
I
out
think-
to
of
come up with the rope.
this is out of DM mode. Just to remind you that there was some
Bad
serious
idea.
near death that happened in that ravine.
Bad idea.
Let's not do that.
I said, we'll
That's
put it on the back
better
burner for now.
I'll tap Iona on
What's
the
a
head.
back burner?
Well,
I
get
say
back. I think.
maybe
It's saying where I'm from.
one of us or two of us can go to one of the doors, and cause a commotion, and then the other of us can attack them while they're paying attention to other people, to the other people up north.
Can I cause a
From
commotion?
behind.
Got you. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
So,
so all
like-
of you ranged peeps can go in behind them, and then us stabby boys can do the other
I
side.
still think we should split
You
ranged
should
and
split
stabby
ranged
equally.
and melee. You definitely should. Otherwise, you're going to have
We should-
ranged with melee sat on their face.
Yeah,
So
the
just
person
turn
that
around and go,
down should be
I
quite
could either run at that manly piece of meat that is
Yes,
Rowan, or a tiny, squishy, yet strangely attractive wizard.
I think that maybe Aramil and me and Calla should go to the south side, and
I'll
Rowan and Iona should go to the north and make a lot of noise and distract them.
I don't know, I'm pretty stealthy.
Well, I'm thinking if you start making noise at the north door, you may attract people from the south door and from the north door.
We'll go.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what's.
So
No.
how about the other way around then?
Wizard be
I think-
wise.
So,
Wizard is very
uh,
wise.
So me and the bard will go in first.
From the south,
NRT.
Okay.
and then me, Calla, and Aramil will go to the north door, wait for a noise to happen, and then come in through the other door.
Sounds
Yes.
good. Sounds good. Okay.
Make sure you make a lot of noise so we can hear it, even if we do really badly at hearing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
just
try.
check our
Do you know who you're
perceptions.
talking to?
Don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay.
Well,
It sounds like you
Just
have,
try
it sounds
stealthing, and
like
I'm sure you'll make a lot of
It
noise.
sounds like you have a plan.
Mhm. Awesome.
Okay.
Could I make a stealth check trying to go to the south door, please, Lise?
You can indeed.
Okay.
Well,
It's an evil
right.
laugh.
Yeah.
So who's going? Right, who's going to the south door?
And Rowan.
Okay, Rowan and Iona, please
I
make
can't-
make a stealth check. Obviously, Rowan with disadvantage.
Natural 20.
I also rolled a natural 20, but then a natural 2, so 1.
Oh my god.
So I fall down the stairs.
It balances out somehow. I don't even know how, but you actually
I
manage.
carry him.
You don't seem to be. You're making some noise, but you don't seem to be kind of causing too much of a ruckus. The three of you have
Before-
gone to- oh, sorry.
Before we get into the fighty bits, since I can shapeshift, can I do that before we even get started so it doesn't take up one of my turns?
You can go. Come.
Okay. I would like to. I could read this tiny print.
That's how I feel.
To hit.
Oh no.
Oh, I just remembered that you can do that. Okay, go on. What
Sweet.
do you-
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm gonna change into a dire wolf.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a different one as before, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I did a Black Panther last time.
Okay, so
Mm.
what does what's the attack and everything and HP and stuff on
Okay.
a dire wolf? Tell me.
Dire wolf, armor class of 14.
Okay.
Hit points are 37.
Whoa.
I am the tank today.
Yeah, you are tanky.
And
I am
its
the tank now.
speed is 50 feet, so I can jump from one end of this room to the other, probably.
Fuck me.
Nice.
Sure.
Okay, and what's your attack?
My attack is bite. It is +5 to hit.
Mhm. And then
Its reach is 5 foot,
yeah, so it's melee.
and It is 2d6 plus 3.
Holy fuck.
Whoa, druid's a bastard. Least, can I have level 3?
Druid is hella. This is the direwolf is the reason why I picked Circle of the Moon, because
Everyone
this
is
thing
cool.
I
insane.
don't blame you. Okay, so the thing
Also, I have a thing, pack tactics. The wolf has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't incapacitated.
Wow.
Allies. Whoop whoop.
Okay, you've got plenty of you who are allies. So what is
Yes.
your plan? What are the 3 of you at the top doing? What are the 2 of you at the bottom doing?
Okay.
We
Two
are
at the bottom.
waiting to hear
If
a
one
commotion.
if one person could give
Yes.
me what the plan is.
Okay,
Okay,
the
I
2
think
people at the
maybe-
bottom.
Yeah.
We need to
Well,
we're gonna burst
Go.
in, cause some sort
go,
of
go.
commotion. I
Miss
think I'll
Diamond,
start by
take
casting
control.
something at whoever looks the biggest.
Right. Super, would you like to explain the plan to Lise?
Yes, please.
Well, I would first maybe talk to Calla
Okay.
to check
So-
the plan. So maybe I think we should open slightly the door so we can have more clear situation.
Okay. So So the 3 of you are planning on being
Okay.
The 3 of you are planning on being very stealthy, not letting them know that you're there. The 2
Yeah.
at the bottom are going to burst
Do
in,
what we do best.
burst in and cause a distraction.
Mhm.
What kind of distraction are you planning on causing?
An attack.
You're going to attack.
I would.
That's what I thought I was told. So I'm going
That's
in.
what you're going to do. Okay, so Rowan's going to attack. Iona, what do you think you're going to do?
I think I would quite like to cast hideous laughter on whoever looks to be the biggest and buffest.
Okay, so you're both attacking. And then at that point, all hell is going to break loose. Okay, so
Yep.
the 3 of you who are at the top, I would like you to roll a stealth check for me, please, to make sure that nobody hears you.
Is that off of mine or off of the wolf?
It'll be the wolf.
Natural
Okay.
20.
Nice.
15.
15, 16,
I mean 17. Sorry.
right?
It's +2.
Stealth. 6.
Stealth is
16.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you guys are being really stealthy, and they've obviously seen the Aramil and Calla has seen you sort of turn into a direwolf. They are not direwolves are not small.
They're a large beast.
They are.
I'm quite
they
cramped.
Are large and bulky and beefy, and you're kind of you're looking sort of poised, ready to go. Don't forget though that you do not have hands.
Yes. I cannot open the door. Somebody else has to open the door.
I'll open the door.
Okay, so you might want to be the other way around, or at least have do something. Okay, so
Hell, I could carry somebody on my back and have them on my back. But, here, swap me.
oh my god, is Calla
Guys,
riding? Is
I
Calla
could
riding
straight up
Ash into
carry
battle?
somebody into battle. Straight up.
So fucking cool.
Calla is so riding Ash into battle. Okay,
Yes.
so,
Are we doing this?
Hell
Are we
yeah.
doing this?
So
Yeah.
you guys can't
Here.
see. You guys
Okay.
can't see Iona and Rowan, and the door
No.
and the door is not open.
No.
I would like to listen.
Okay, so if you
Because I have an
using
advantage.
using your stealthy direwolf ears, if you'd like
Yes.
to do if you'd like to do a perception check for me.
Yes, I get advantage. That's a 10. That's a 2. So 10 plus perception is a wisdom, right?
Mhm.
So that's 11.
Yep.
Okay, you can hear exactly the same as before. It sounds actually more raucous than it was, but it sounds pretty much the same. So, Rowan and Iona, what would you like to do?
I'll quickly turn to Iona and I'll go. Now, my father always taught me there were 2 key points to a good assault: strength, strategy, and surprise! And I kick the door open.
Okay, surprise attack. If you would like,
Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, so as you burst into the room.
Ash, do the bursting. Burst.
You burst into
Quickly.
the room. This is what you see. You see 4 red brands sat around a table playing
Ash, burst.
playing a game. Who would you like to go for?
Can I run here, please?
Have I?
And then can I take a swing at the one on my right?
Can you even see them?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. It's just for some reason it
they
was.
do. Look
I
a
would
bit
like to
Carl.
say-
When they're lying down. That's
Okay.
great.
If you would like to
Yeah,
take
they're-
you'd like
they
to
look
take
very
you'd like
comfy.
to take a swing at this one. I'm going to just give
The
them.
one on my right, please, Lise. Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to give them. I'm really sorry about this, but I wasn't expecting this to happen.
Really?
Did we break the game?
Break the game, but I wasn't.
We found her back.
I wasn't expecting a full-on frontal assault. So fine. Okay, so you're going to go for the number 1.
Yeah. They look like the characters in sports games in the audience that are 2D.
Yes.
Like all your
Because we should
PS2
expect us to
driving
use
game.
it.
Okay, so
I quite
right.
enjoy it.
We have got. So this is what's going on. You're going to do a surprise. You're going to do a surprise attack. So you both get an attack of opportunity on them. So what would you want to go for the first one? Go for it.
Natural 20.
Okay, natural 20. That's roll.
That's my D12.
Roll lots.
Roll for damage. Remember to double your dice. Oh no!
Kill
There
me!
she
No!
is.
It's that critical.
You hit it so hard that Lee's disconnected.
Seriously, there we go. It was like something. It was like, oh, I was like, here we go. It was like, oh snap! It's like, oh, for God's sake. Okay, so what did you roll? Oh, what? This is not good. Why is it even doing this? Come on. Okay, what did you roll?
1. So double it is
Woo!
2.
2
Plus 3 is 5 damage. 5 slashing damage.
Wow.
Lofty heights indeed.
So 1 HP. Okay, I'm just going to very quickly. Okay, Iona, you also get a surprise.
Can I do a spell and a surprise?
You can.
I would like to cast Hideous Laughter on this guy.
Which
Oh
guy?
wait, actually, can I use Vicious Mockery and then attack?
No. Well, vicious mockery is vicious mockery, and is vicious mockery a spell?
It's a cantrip.
No, you can't do. But you don't. But it's not a.
not
But it's
bonus
still
attack.
an attack. It's not a bonus. So that would be your attack.
Okay.
Remember.
In that case, I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on the guy closest to the top door.
Which is number 4. Okay, go for it. Do I have to do a save or anything? Tell me.
I don't think so. This one.
Yes. She needs to do a wisdom save.
Wisdom save 13.
Wisdom save of 13. No, fails.
Boop boop.
Okay, so what does that do? Tell me.
It makes them prone. Prone, unaffected. Creatures with less than 4 intelligence are unaffected. 1 minute duration. Yeah, he's basically prone for a minute.
He's prone for a minute. That's fantastic. I'm just trying.
And then I'm gonna do Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Do I need line of sight for that?
No. Yes. Well, you need to be able to kind of see them.
I can't see anyone behind the door, can I?
Not yet.
No. So the only
If
person.
only there was a strapping fighter to inspire in the room.
Yeah, shame.
Okay. At this point, can you all I want Iona and Rowan to do a performance check for me.
To see whether or not we heard them.
11.
7.
Okay. you are not the people behind the door at the top. It doesn't sound. Nothing is sounding overly different to how it was sounding before. So if you two could do a initiative check,
Can I
roll
not do
for
my
me.
bardic inspiration?
We hadn't. You stopped. I didn't think you were going to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I was gonna do it on Rowan.
But you have to actually say. You kind of went. Oh, shame. Sorry. Go on then.
Oh no, that was a kind of shame. There's not a good fighter. I say, hey Rowan, it's a we could totally take these 4 by ourselves. It's a shame we don't have 3 more people helping us. Very loud.
Okay, they still don't. That you still haven't done anything because we're still using the check from before. But Rowan, that does mean that you do get an extra d6 on an attack
Thanks.
whenever you would like it. Can you two roll initiative now, please?
I got an 18, please.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20. Plus 4, so 24.
That's nice. Okay, so Iona, you get to do another attack.
Yay!
The guys behind the door still haven't heard you.
For fuck's sake. I will, I'm going to use... I thought Vicious Mockery counts as an attack, doesn't... I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the one that Rowan has hit a little bit and say, hey, did your grandma knit you that robe? It looks shit.
Wow. Okay.
Grandma Crimson tried her best.
Amazing.
Grandma Crimson.
How? What does Vicious Mockery do?
Just 1d4 psychic damage, and
Okay, do it.
I think it does.
Do you get a save?
Gives them disadvantage on the next
I think,
attack.
yeah, apparently it gives them disadvantage on the next attack, but it doesn't say anything
Do
about
I have to do a save though?
Wisdom 13.
18. You fail.
Oh, fuck.
So Vicious Mockery
He
fails.
loves his grandma.
So Vicious Mockery fails. The guy looks at you and he snarls and he pushes the table of which is just covered in they've been gambling. He gets the table and he flips it and it flips to the side angrily and he's like, "Don't be mean about my grandma." Rowan.
Do I hear
Now he
that?
has
I was going to say,
advantage on the next
now
attack.
you hit the table and the
I was
anger.
gonna say,
I would
there's
like-
one guy pissing
I would
himself
like-
I
by the
cannot
door.
hear Lise.
I would like the three. You can't hear me.
I couldn't hear you because Rowan was very loud.
Oh.
Sorry.
The three of you need to do a perception check now to see if you heard that.
15.
10.
Direwolf.
5.
Luckily, Aramil hears this table, hears this kind of clanking of this kind of table flipping over. So it's up to you what you would like to do now.
Okay. I'm behind Calla and Ash.
Yeah, because Calla is on top of Ash.
Yeah. I grab Ash and say, "Go!"
So what would you
They're
like to do?
ready then.
I burst through the door with my direwolf strength.
Yeah.
Okay, so Calla leans forward, grabs the latch to sort of just to make sure that it is actually like unlocked, and then you burst through, which means that you get an attack. All three of you get an attack of opportunity because you've all kind of gone in. You've all gone in together. Aramil's right behind you, so you've all got an attack of opportunity now. So go on. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Who do you want to go for?
Okay. I would like the first one that I see, I'm gonna bite it.
Okay, so that's this one
So
here.
the one closest, yes.
Okay, so bite it,
He's,
and it's prone
he's-
as well. Don't forget, it's like it's lying.
So you get advantage?
I would think.
I
as a-
already get advantage because you were
first one's
riding
prone.
on my back.
You get advantage because
So
of
you've.
that.
I was going to say.
Well, yeah, you're within 5 feet of me.
Oh shit!
It doesn't say. It doesn't
So that
say.
was-
It doesn't say opposite. It doesn't. If it doesn't say like with an enemy between you, then yeah, I would say that that's absolutely fine. I would say
That's-
that that's. I would say that that's a smart use of it. So go.
How
for
the hell do I roll a 9 twice? So it's 9 plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, remember this guy's prone.
Yep. No, but he's just had advantage.
Yeah, I already have advantage, so.
So yeah, and
Double
what
advantage.
did you get?
I got a 9 and then a 9, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
His AC is 14, which means, unfortunately, it doesn't actually hit you. Go.
Do I at least scare the shit out of him?
You do scare the shit out of him. Not literally, but it looks a little bit like he might have wet his pants. So there was a definite stench of urine coming from the guy who's prone on the floor.
The guy who's prone, apparently at the end of each of his turns, it makes each time it takes damage, the target makes another wisdom saving throw, and the target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage, and on success, the hideous laughter proneness ends.
So he's just got to succeed a wisdom saving throw. Okay,
Yes,
so he's
of
lying.
13.
So the thing is, so he's lying on the floor, laughing hysterically whilst wetting himself. So he's not having.
Now he's
not-
laughing in fear.
He's not having a good. He's like like that. It's kind of. It's not. Yeah, it's not good. So
Having a bit of a bad time.
Calla, you're going to be up next because you're pretty much like at the same time as she goes. You're going to. Are you going to stay on her back? Or are you going to jump off? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna stay on her back.
Okay. Which means that you can only attack where she is. Unless
Yeah.
you're ranged.
My bow.
Okay.
So can I attack the guy next to the one that Ash just attacked?
This one.
So it's like, I can't. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes, you can. But are you doing? Because you're both going at exactly the same time. So Ash is going to pounce. You're going to fire, which means that you're going to fire at disadvantage because you're doing it whilst moving. Through the air.
Okay.
So do it at
Okay.
disadvantage for me, just at this point.
Okay. Oof. 14 plus 7.
Yep, that hits.
Is. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, that definitely. Oh, yeah, that hits.
Oh god. Oh, 8 plus 3, 11. 11 points of damage.
He
What?
takes this arrow straight to the chest, and you just hear him kind of go "Ugh," like that as he stumbles back, trips kind of like over where he flipped the table, kind of like rocks back into it. He's looking hurt, and quite. They're all very surprised by this. Aramil, your turn. Surprise!
I'm gonna cast a ray of frost
Okay.
to the one that hasn't been attacked.
Okay, so you're going to do a ray of frost to this one that I've just moved over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so ray of frost, Tim.
Here, it's a ranged attack. Oh, it's because 14. Damn it.
Ooh, 14
Doesn't
not
hit.
14
Yeah.
does not quite manage to get him. So you send the ray of frost and it hits the wall behind him, sending this like kind of crackling frost up the stonework. He's not. I mean, it's whistle right past his ear. And it was close. This guy is pretty scared. So could you please all roll? Could the three of you also roll initiative for me now? That doesn't look good, Ash.
I got a 4.
Is that
Okay.
is that with,
7.
is
That's
that,
that is with my addition.
okay? Aramil's got a 7, and Calla.
9.
Oh dear.
It's all up to
I
you
rolled
guys.
a 2. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 6.
You're all just there leaning against the wall.
Okay, so top of
The surprise is too much.
the round, Iona.
am going to. Which one was it that Ash took a swing at?
Ash took a swing at the one that she's right next to, top right.
No, not Ash. Sorry, Rowan.
That's the one that's right next to him, bottom
To the right.
Bottom right. I'm going to go towards him and try and stab him in the back.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry, webcam is not
Don't worry.
cooperating.
It's fine. As
I
long
don't
as
wanna
can
show the
hear you, it's the
internet,
most
Abu.
important thing.
Okay, right, 17 plus...
Right, you can't just
Yeah.
guess.
Plus 5, so yes, I'm pretty sure I hit.
You do. You hit him. Are you using your new longsword?
I am!
Okay, so she pulls out her new longsword. Are you going to stab him with it? Are you going to swipe at him? What kind of attack are you going
I
to
reckon
do?
I'm gonna swipe across the back of his neck. or at
Okay,
least
so
right.
you're going to, as he's there looking at Rowan, you dash past him and you take a swipe at him. Do you want to roll for some
7.
damage, please?
7 plus 4, which is 11.
He is looking very, very hurt, and he's kind of leaning over, panting. You've taken, as you've swiped at him, it's cut all the way down from his neck across his back, and this red cloak is now shredded down, like in half. It's like it's just hanging off by a thread, and there's blood coming out of the gash on his back.
Now it's even more red.
It is red with the blood of his enemies. Rowan, it's now
The blood
your...
of himself.
Well, not from his enemies.
Rowan, it's now
Well,
your...
he's his own worst enemy.
Rowan, it's your turn.
I'll swing at the same guy Iona just swung at. if
Okay,
that's
take a swing at him.
That is 23,
23 hits.
and that's 10 slashing damage.
How would you like to do this?
I'll just swipe across the back of his neck, just because he's sat at a chair, so I imagine that's only really the visible area. He hasn't turned around yet, but
We don't know if he stood up yet. He's just like, oh, come on, I want to carry on playing here.
Yeah, I mean, use your imagination. He probably has done. But yeah, he's gone. So you're going to, where Iona cut down his back, you're going to kind of go for his neck at the front, or?
yeah.
Right, so he's basically taken a
pride
slash at the back and he's taken a slash at the front, and it's just the blood splurts out each part as he drops down, and there's no table there anymore, so he sort of slumps like down onto the floor by the chair in the sort of pile of whatever it was that they were gambling with, and he is now gone. This one here, who's up top left, and who has taken some damage, but has staggered back slightly, is going to. Now, I'm assuming that you guys are all in the room now, because you haven't actually moved your characters in.
Kind of like on top of this guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need to actually move your characters in for me.
Yeah, I would be like here, not exactly in the room, but like
In the
with
doorway.
vision to that guy.
Okay, so
I guess it.
this guy is going to try and run for it. So he is going to run past Rowan, and he is going to try and run out of this bottom door.
Does Rowan get an
Rowan
attack
gets
of
an attack.
opportunity?
Rowan gets an attack of opportunity as he tries to run.
That's only 11, so I think I missed.
Yep, you miss. So this guy runs out. This guy runs out of the door. Calla, you're next.
Do we let him go? Oh, I don't know.
When it's my turn, I have a speed of 50 feet, remember?
Should I
Yeah, you
get
can go
off speed
catch.
then?
I can run the same distance he can in half my movement.
Okay, I'll jump off Ash then.
Okay.
And move over here.
Okay.
and shoot at this guy that's like below me.
Yep, that's fine. Take an attack.
God, that doesn't hit. No. Oh no, hang on, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. Nope, never mind.
The as the ray of frost had whistled past him, his right ear, the arrow whistles past his left ear and clangs onto the stonework behind the guy. Or the guy looks pretty scared.
He feels lucky though. He's like, today is my lucky day.
Aramil, take your turn.
Okay. I guess the upright guy is still
The one
with
that's next to Ash, or the one that Calla just went for.
the one that is next to Ash.
Okay, go.
He's still prone, laughing, like with
Oh, he
his
didn't
lever,
make his wisdom save, did he?
or
Well,
only
no,
makes
it
either
was
when
it was
he
the
takes damage
it,
or
He
on
only
his
makes
turn.
it on his turn.
it was this one anyway, wasn't it? Hold on. Oh no, he didn't make a wisdom saving throw. Hold on. What is it?
I thought
13.
With advantage, because it was caused by
It's
damage.
not the end.
takes
The thing
damage.
is, it's not the end of his turn. So
Or it's when he takes damage.
he hasn't taken damage.
he hasn't
I
taken,
missed.
Okay, he
then
hasn't
we're
taken
fine.
any
Oh,
damage.
did you miss?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So Aramil, you get hold on. It means you have advantage. You have advantage on this attack against him.
okay, I'll try to use my short sword because he's like
Hi. I think the only thing I can think of is that Jim's hogging the internet.
Cast blink.
oh,
Jim.
I think Jim's.
Jim,
I think Jim's. I think
please.
Jim's. I think that's the only
what,
thing
Jim?
that I can think of. For God's sake, Jim, are you doing anything? This is. I can't even get a hold of him. Right. Let's hope that it stays. I'm not breathing on it. I'm really sorry about this. Anyway, you've got advantage. Short sword, go.
yeah. Okay, so first, okay, 14 plus 4,
That hit.
18.
That hits.
Now it's 1d6 plus 2, 3, 5.
5 points.
5 damage.
5 points of damage. So as he's lying there on the ground and you get your sword and you stab it into him, you can hear, he kind of goes, ah! It's still laughing, still
I feel
pissed
kinda
himself,
bad.
and now he's also been stabbed. So, yeah, he's not having the greatest of days. This one is going, the one down
He
at
needs
the
a wisdom
bottom.
save. He's taken damage.
With
With advantage.
16.
Yeah.
So he's now, is he now no longer prone?
Yeah, because it's 13.
Well,
to...
wouldn't he be prone until his next turn?
Yeah,
though?
that's it. He's still going to be, he's
just not laughing.
He's just not
anymore.
laughing anymore. I'm just going to, there we go. Okay, so, the one who, bottom left is going to take an attack on, he's going to move forward and he's going to try and stab Calla because she shot at him. So he's going to roll, and he rolls a 12. Hold on, no he
That
doesn't.
does not hit.
He rolls a 14. No,
That does
yes,
not hit.
that's good. Yay! Okay, so he doesn't. So he goes to stab at you, but he doesn't actually manage to hit you. So, oh shit! No, he doesn't. Sorry, that was. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I just can't. It's gone really dark, and I can't actually see anything. That was 16.
Okay, 16 hits, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So that is not 15 points of damage. 1d6 plus 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 points of piercing damage
Okay.
to Calla. Okay, so let's have a look who's up next. Ash,
was-
Direwolf,
Okay.
Direwolf, it's your go.
So it's, I think I measured 25 feet if I go like this. Yeah, like 25 feet to move over to here
so
to attack him.
He's carried on moving by this point, and he's probably about here.
Okay, so that'd be more like 30, 40 feet?
Yeah. You'd still probably be able to get him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so are you going to take an
Because
attack?
it's 50 feet.
Yeah, are you going to take an attack at him?
Yes.
Okay, now the one who's prone does get an attack of advantage at you because you darted past him.
Yeah.
And he's still got his he has still got his sword on him. So, but he is prone, which means he's still at disadvantage, which means he's blatantly not going to hit because I just rolled a 7. 12.
14 armor.
That's fine. He does not hit at you. He's lying on the floor. He's sort of stopped laughing, but he's been hurt, and he takes a stab at you, but he doesn't actually manage to get anywhere. So you've managed to get all the way through to this guy who's on the bottom.
So I got 17.
17 hits.
18, 19, 20.
Yeah, that hits.
It's like
Oh,
22.
yeah, that hits. Yeah, that hits.
And now he takes 2d6 plus 3 damage. That's a 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right?
Yeah.
5 plus 3 plus 3 is 11.
How would you like to do this?
Yes.
I slam him to the ground and I bite the back of his neck.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Clean through his spinal cord.
Oh my god. As you bite and basically like rip into his spinal cord, you see his limbs start to sort of twitch, and he looks really, really shocked as he just sort of slumps to the ground, like all of his limbs just suddenly stop, like his brain stops connecting to his body, and he kind of makes a gurgling sound, and then that's it, he's dead.
Gnarly as fuck.
The next...
Alright, and I would like to start to move
The
back.
red
I think I have
the red
10
brand
feet left.
machine got unplugged.
You have 10 feet left, so you can probably move back to
Yeah, I can go back to the doorway.
About the doorway. So, the next person who's up is the one who was prone. So he's going to stand up. That's his whole movement. And the person who's within 5 feet of him is Calla. So he's going to take a swipe at Calla.
Let's go, bitch.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah. So he is, but he's taken some damage. He's been laughing. He's pissed himself. Not doing very well, and he tries to stab at Calla, but he's really still out of it, and he completely misses. Top of the round, Iona.
Hey, I am going to wander towards him and try and slash him.
Go for it.
So I rolled a 4, so I'm gonna... No, I don't think that works.
That does not work. You do not hit him. I was gonna say, I'm just going to say that it's it's not good. It doesn't
gonna happen.
It's not gonna look. It doesn't look good.
Even adding like a bit, it's
no.
not.
Rowan, your go.
I will move around sort of between Aramil and Iona, and I will attack that guy, please.
Okay. Roll for an attack, please.
I miss.
Okay, you also
Wait,
slash
Bardic
at him,
inspiration.
but
Bardic inspiration.
oh, if you think that'll work, go for it.
That is some, that is 15.
That hits.
Yes.
Yes.
Get inspired.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, and that is 13 slashing damage.
Oh my god, how would you like to do this?
So he's stood up, hasn't he? So I'll take a swing down at his knees, just because I'm spiteful of knees at the moment.
You do not like the knees.
Sweep across his...
So you're going to swipe down at the back of his knees, completely like severing like his hamstrings and everything, and he just basically kind of tumbles to the ground like a rag doll, and he's like lying on the floor gurgling, and you take one final swipe at his skull, cleave straight and just to take him out finally, and you cleave straight through it in one go. He is now very much no longer alive, which means that it is Calla's go next.
I'm gonna take out my short sword
Okay.
and poke him with it.
Okay, because he has not taken any damage yet.
That
Any?
does not hit.
It
I
does.
rolled a 3.
All right, that
Ooh.
does not hit. He was so angry at the piss take about his grandma that
No,
he
it's
is.
the dead one that I made
No,
from
the dead
grandma.
Oh, is it the dead
This
one?
guy.
Oh well, he's
They
anyway.
all have the same grandmother, brothers.
He's still
There we go.
he's still a little bit pissed off at this entire situation, and he's sort of swerving around and kind of looking really quite wily, and you are totally missing. So Aramil, it is now your go.
Okay, I'm gonna move, like, jump over the bodies,
Okay.
and
Just
if I
buried
can-
underneath the bodies. To me, it's great.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Army crawling underneath
it
the
was
corpses.
supposed.
I would like. I would like.
I just
I
dig a tunnel under the bodies. And
I would like
appear
you.
the other side.
I would like you to do an acrobatics check, please,
Oh, dear.
Oh shit!
to make sure that you don't trip over the bodies as you go.
Come on.
11.
Okay, you take a little bit of a stagger as you go, but you're okay. You're okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the other guy.
Okay.
So okay, now I hit 21,
Okay, that definitely hits.
and it's 1d8 frost. Let me check. It was 1d8 cold damage. Yeah. Okay. It's 4.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage and 10 less feet.
Okay, so the this ray of frost goes at sort of hits at him and catches his shoulder, and the kind of the part of this kind of cloak that he's wearing just starts to kind of almost completely like solidify with frost, and it takes a stagger backwards in, and he sort of hits into the table, which was toppled over. It is Ash's go now. Oh no, it isn't. It is that guy's go. He is also going to try and Scarper. So he is going to run, and he is going to suddenly find that Ash is actually at the door.
Oh,
So
God.
as he runs forward, he is
I will
going.
get-
Motherfucker.
He is
Like,
going. He's
he will just.
He's
For
not.
me, no,
He
so-
hasn't gone past you. You don't have an attack of opportunity. He's
okay.
He's sort of circumnavigated round of you. I would have told you. So he
Okay.
gets the door, sees Ash, and he gets his sword and he tries to stab it through Ash's head. As the wolf, he rolls a natural one, which means that there is most definitely.
his own
So
head.
what?
I kind
actually-
of like stand up a little bit and just kind
instead-
of like look at him.
So instead, what happens is he goes for it, suddenly realizes, what the heck am I doing? Trying to hit it like this thing's huge, and and as he misses, he staggers backwards and he falls on his arse, which means that Ash, you have advantage. Well, I know you have advantage anyway, I'm afraid, but you have advantage on. your
No,
next-
no, I don't have advantage unless they're within 5 feet of me. I think they're more than 5 feet away from me.
Well, he's now prone, so you have
So I have advantage anyways.
If you attack him, you have advantage on him.
Well, I'm attacking him
So
because he's
you're
dumb.
next up anyway, so attack him. So he goes down and you pounce.
Oh fuck! It's an 18 and advantage 11, so 18 plus 18
It
plus
hits.
5 is whatever that is.
It hits.
Plus 2d6. That is a 6 and a 1, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage.
Oh, he is incredibly hurt, but he is hanging on by a thread. He's got.
So I, like, bit him,
he's
like,
got-
in the shoulder.
He's got frost in one shoulder. He's got bite marks in the other shoulder. He's lying on the floor. There's blood sort of seeping out of him, and he's like wide-eyed, just staring up at you like, what I was drinking and gambling. What the hell has just happened? This is not what I was planning for today. So, they're all dead. Iona.
I kind of want to ask him a few questions before, he bleeds out, I guess. I would like to walk over to him.
Okay.
And point my sword at his neck and say, "Tell me what you know about glass." Far too intimidating.
You are so intimidating that you intimidated my.
I'm intimidating. What do you know about glass staff?
You intimidated my Discord and made it turn
I
off.
did.
That was how bad it was. Right.
For the first time ever.
Roll an intimidation check.
A 16.
I help since I'm standing
four,
over him.
20.
Oh, she doesn't need the help.
Oh,
okay.
I don't need that. I don't need any help.
No.
20.
And he's terrified. So he lies there and he goes, "Oh, I'll tell you what I know. I don't know much." And he sort of looks around at the corpses around him. Just like, what do you want? What do you want to know? I'll tell you what you want to know. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And he's like got one eye on the direwolf, like, "Oh, please don't hurt me anymore." And like as he's talking, he's kind of making a very unpleasant gurgling sound. I mean, he is hanging on by a thread.
I say, "Where is Glassstaff? Tell us about the skeletons, quickly."
Glassstaff, he's got a workshop. He's got a workshop in the other room. Over the way. He's got there's a workshop. I think he stays there. We're not allowed to go in. We just work for him. We just work for him and the Black Spider. We just do what we're told.
Who is the Black Spider?
Yeah, I growl when he says Black Spider.
And Spideys.
Well, no, I can't say anything, so it's like, I want to know more, but I can't ask.
Intimidates by growl.
It's like he sort of shakes his head and he goes, I don't.
Password.
What are the skeletons' password?
He unfortunately, as you're talking to him,
shuffles off his mortal coil.
His very last thread of life seeps out of him, and he dies.
Oh.
So you got a little bit of information out of him, but
gotta say, the bard just successfully intimidated something for the first
I
time
mean,
in ever.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
He was already scared shitless.
He was scared shitless. So, you have taken these 4 red brands out. They've knocked over a few things. And what would you like to do?
I'd like to search the bodies. I'll start with the one in front of me.
Can I search without hands? Not really. I'm assuming not.
Nuzzle it gently.
No, not really.
You gonna
Okay.
sniff?
I would like to see if I can't hear anything at the north door. As the direwolf still. Because it's only been like a minute or two, like 2 minutes, right?
How long can she stay? How long can you stay?
I can stay a direwolf for an hour.
Okay, you can stay with a direwolf for ages. So if you would like to, go to the north door and have a listen, if you could do a perception check for me, please.
Where did my dice go? There it is. And I do get, I get an advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell, and I'm hearing.
Nice.
10, 18, and that's a wisdom of the wolf. 19.
Okay. You can hear like bubbling sounds and sort of dripping. No voices, but you can certainly hear the sounds of like, what would you imagine would be like brewing, like something bubbling away and things dripping down, but that's all you can hear. You can't hear any voices or anything that's sort of humanoid. coming from
And
the
y'all
door.
don't know any of this because I can't tell you yet.
No, it's like...
What is that, Ash? Is there a wizard in the well?
Wizard, yeah. Wizard down the well. It's a wizard down the well. Okay, you're all you guys. Who's searching? What are
I'm
you all
I'm
searching?
searching
This
the one-
guy.
I'll come
I'm
back in here.
searching that one.
Okay. You cannot. You rifle through the gooey messes of the corpses. You can't. There's nothing on any of the bodies. However,
Is there
Calla,
money on the table?
with your passive perception, you notice that on the floor where the table was flung, there is actually a sort of a pile of there's tankards that obviously have got some kind of like mead in them, and they've been knocked all over the place. But actually, there's a bunch of coins on the floor as well. So if you'd
I
like,
have a passive perception of 13. Would I happen to know that too?
you were
I have a passive perception
you
of
aren't.
15.
There's too many there's too many corpses and
Too many
people
corpses.
and things in the way from where you are. But
Alright.
Calla saw this. So Calla, if
Alright.
you would like to do an investigation check and see what you can find.
A 2.
There are 2 doors.
Yep.
You can find a coin,
There is so many on the floor.
a
That-
copper piece.
There is there's plenty of money. I mean, money is quite easy to see.
Yep.
And so from all of the coins that you can gather, you have found 75 copper pieces,
Okay.
55 silver pieces, 22 electrum pieces,
Ooh.
15 gold pieces,
Nice.
and a set of knuckle bones.
Oh. Hey guys, I found these knuckle bones. Does anyone
Cool.
want them?
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
okay.
do like a load of melee stuff though?
Pardon?
I thought you meant just like bones from knuckles. I mean, they seem pretty cool to have.
Oh,
I
okay.
could make a necklace out of them.
Are they like the use of like dice of some sort? Is that what they are?
Would
pretty
you like
much?
would you like to do a knowledge check for me? So
I mean, I can't
or
share
you,
it with anybody.
You can't
but...
share it with anybody.
I
But
feel like I know because I grew up in a tavern.
well, if you would like to do that, you can do a. I would like you to do a history check.
Do I have a history? 15 I've rolled.
You know, you have seen this plenty of times. This is a game, and it's called Knucklebones. It's used
I'm
for.
pretty sure, like, wasn't it the Romans or the Vikings that used to play with them? Yeah.
Yeah, but this is obviously you're not in Roman and Viking times here. You're in like
Yeah.
Fantasyland. So this is a game called Knucklebones. It's basically like Jacks. So the way that
Nice.
it works is that you gamble, and that you've got one knucklebone that is coloured red, and 5 other knucklebones. You throw the one that's coloured red in the air, and you grab one, and you catch it.
Nice.
And then you throw it again, you get 2, catch it, throw it, 3. And you're betting on how many you can pick up in one go.
Cool.
And you sort of take turns with it. And so it's a gambling game.
Okay.
And that's what they were doing. They were getting pissed and gambling
Nice.
in the common
Nice.
in their sort of kind of common room, I guess. Not anymore though.
Can I have the knuckle bones, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
From before when I found that silver, you guys will get 6 silver, and then I'll also divvy up this.
Thank you.
Okay, so
15 copper.
Yep.
yeah.
11 silver.
Wait,
Okay.
I thought you said 6 silver.
Yeah, that was from before.
This is on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our ranger treats us good.
Yeah.
4.4 electrum, so I'm just gonna say 4.
Round it down. I like it. I was gonna say
She's the one that found it.
She's
It's
taking
fair.
yeah, she's taking her finder's commission.
Sorry, guys, it's just who I am. 3 gold.
Mhm.
That's it.
I'm gonna
And
find me
I'll
a
have
jade
to-
frog.
You have to give me those later because I can't take them right now.
No.
Yeah, I'll
You're
give you to
all
them later.
paws.
Speaking of which, can I point out the fact that if Calla wasn't on top of that direwolf, I would have attacked it. Because we haven't seen you in direwolf form before.
That's very
Oh,
true.
I didn't think about that.
If Calla wasn't on you when you came in, I would have taken an attack of opportunity on you when you ran past.
Hey,
that's actually a really damn. That would have been amazing, but probably not for you.
Luckily, there was a
not very
ranger
well.
on top.
Okay, so
there's always a ranger on top.
yeah,
Oh.
Ranger always on top. So what would you like to do now?
I would like make motions to go north
Well,
while I still have time.
You're
we
like,
could
Let's go.
we could check maybe before the barrels to see.
Can I
if there's
smell the
something-
barrels and see if I can't smell anything in them?
oh, that's good. Yeah, okay. Do a sniff. Go around and do a sniff check.
Do a sniff
Sniff check on the barrels.
That's a 15. Whoop, shit. Got stuck to my hands. My hands are sweaty. And that's a
spaghetti.
15. That's 15. Am I adding? What am I adding to it? Am I doing a perception or
it's an investigation.
investigation? Is an intelligence. That is a -4, so I got an 11.
Okay. You as you pad up to them and you smell them, actually it's a very, very overpowering sort of smell of mead. They are barrels full of booze, and there's drips on there's it's the floor's sticky around them. You kind of think that they're definitely a kind of
I kind of nose at the barrels and then nose at the empty tankards on the floor and hope that everybody else understands.
Do we understand?
I do not understand. but
bloody
I'm
well
ready
hope
to
so.
go.
Everyone can do. Yeah. Like, I'm sure that there's what some I'm sure that it's
I pet Ash and ask, "Are you thirsty?"
I just kind of hang my head and shake it and walk away. I just walk away. I just walk away.
So now, what are you going to do now? There's been nothing coming from anywhere else. There's been no. It's like there was a lot of noise happening, but there's nothing. There's nothing
north.
nothing has come at you. So
I say, guys, I think we should go north, see what's through there.
Yep.
Lise, you have to
You
let me
mentioned
know
workshop.
how
They
long
can
it takes to
workshop.
get an hour.
I will do.
Okay. Also, just a heads up for you, if it's an hour, and then I can also choose to use my next one to stay as a direwolf if need be.
That's good to know. At the moment, hold on, how many? 1, 2, 3, 6, 20. It's probably been, with the investigation, maybe like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not been very long at
So it's
all.
been like 10 minutes since I shifted.
Yeah, probably at most. So
need to
seven,
get her
seven,
a
7
bandana
minutes,
at
10
some
minutes or
point.
something. So you know that it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, when suddenly you rush in to attack all these dire wolves.
I mean, I could leave a marking on like my pelt or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'll just leave a star on my forehead, no matter what I am.
Cool.
A little like white blotch.
Cool,
I
that's
like
cool.
that.
Okay, so
Oh.
are you going to, who's going first? North.
Am I okay to go first?
Sure.
Can I see in the dark as a dire wolf?
Should be able to. Dire wolves,
it
wolves
doesn't
I was going to say
tell me.
No, but dire wolves have got dark vision.
Do they?
Like, well, they can see, they hunt at night. So I would imagine
Okay.
I would imagine that they've got like a good sort of good distance perception. Anyway, it's still dark.
I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find what it is.
You have a look
exactly.
at you look it up, but it's still dark.
I'll look it up. Yep.
Yeah, just look up if you've got, just look up direwolves in the monster manual, and it should say whether it's got dark vision or not. So Rowan's going first. Ash did a perception check as a wolf and didn't hear anything. So you've got to assume at this point that Ash would have kind of like tugged you away or done something to sort of stop you from going. So what would you like to do?
I'm going second because I can't open doors.
No. So Rowan, are you going to open the door? What are you going to do?
I will open.
Can you please tell me what your marching order is?
Yep. So
Think
me,
I'm-
Ash.
I'm kind of like peering around
I guess
Rowan's
I'll go
legs so I
behind
can
Ash.
see.
Okay, so Iona behind Ash. Then are we
I'll
doing?
take up the rear then, I guess.
Are we doing Aramil then Calla?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Rowan, you are going to try and open the door. So, can you if you're going? How are you going to do it? Are you going to burst in? Are you going to try and do it quietly? What are you wanting to do?
Planning on bursting in.
You're planning on bursting in. So, if you're planning on bursting in, I would like you to do a strength check.
Okie dokie. That is
Maths.
13.
13. You burst through the door. You slam the door back, and you burst into the room with your weapon drawn, your axe. As you get inside, you very quickly sort of inspect the scene. There's no person around. There's a bunch of tables on the left, sort of the wall to the left. They have got like alembics, retorts, distillation kind of equipment.
Nerd.
It looks very
I would.
it looks very my first chemistry setty.
I would like to very nonchalantly just trot into the room because I know there's nobody in there.
Okay, so you've Rowan's
I
gone
just straight up just.
Rowan's gone inside. Oh shit, that's not what I want to do. I want to reveal areas. I want to like cover something up. So this is what you see. You go inside. It's basically, it looks like a workshop. There's lots of things sort of bubbling and sort of stewing away. There are bookshelves. There's lots of parchment, like it all looks a bit sort of strange. And there's a rat on the floor, and the rat.
Sorry.
And
I stomp on the rat.
And then you stomp on the rat. The rat takes one look at you, and it scurries under the table.
I kneel down and go, "Hey, little guy. Hey, come on. Hey, little guy." Do we need to do a persuasion check on the rat?
I do.
Or is it animal handling?
Do a persuasion check on the rat.
I think
Oh, no.
this is going to
Feels
turn
like my
out.
life.
This is going to be a demon in disguise.
It's
a
got
cute
stuff, right? As a rat.
Can
Yeah.
I want to nudge Aramil and like kind of nose at all the chemistry stuff and cock my head as in like a question.
17
17.
is a persuasion. On the rat.
I was planning to
how
do
are you
that.
how are you trying to persuade it to come out?
Making kissy noises and it's proven, and just going, hey, come on, little guy.
Do you speak Draconic?
It's
I do, right?
it's-
I do.
I do.
Its nose pokes out, and it kind of snuffles around near to Iona. So what's everyone else doing?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
If I casted True Strike on the rat, could I check if it's maybe like it has. It's
Why not detect magic?
someone that has become a rat. Like is.
What does the spell do again?
It says. Well, it's your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses, and the next turn you gain advantage on your first attack roll.
You can do that if you
So
wish.
it's like as if it was, let's say, like the wizard had
Yeah.
cast a spell or something. It would have the defenses of the wizard
Yeah.
or attack essence.
That's
or what. Okay.
absolutely, that's fine. That's a good idea.
Then I point my finger, as it says, to the rat that has so and check.
Okay, so as you cast,
They're inside.
as Iona's sort of bent down, Iona's not at the right place. Iona
Can I
needs to
feed
be.
it a bit of one of my rations?
Okay, Iona's actually over there and kind of like down with the rat. Whilst the rat's paying attention to Iona, you cast this spell. You get the sense that it's just a rat.
Okay.
There is.
Then
Can I
I will
keep it?
investigate.
You get the sense that it's not a
Yeah.
it's not shape shifted. It's a
Okay.
rat.
Then I'll investigate the Cheminova, like
Oh, okay.
like
So
the chemical.
you're investigating all the chemical stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone else doing anything else?
I would like
I
to
would-
feed. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I would like to feed the rat a little bit of ration and see if I can convince it to jump into my pouch.
Okay. It's going to sort of nibble.
I need to do animal handling.
I was going to say it's going to nibble at the ration. Would you like to do an animal handling check?
Natural 20! Ash, look at this shit! Natural 20!
Okay.
In real life!
So the rat it doesn't jump into your pouch, but it scampers up and sits on your shoulder.
This is the best!
Okay.
Sorry, for anyone uninitiated, we have 9 rats, and I'm a crazy rat lady. This is the best fucking thing.
Okay. Aramil, if you can do an Arcana check for me, please.
Okay,
Shall I add a rat to my
Oh.
inventory?
it's 10.
It's 10. Okay,
Yeah.
so you take a look at all of the potions, the things that are brewing, that are bubbling. It looks actually as though, from what you can see and from the colour and the sort of smell and everything, it looks like he's trying to brew potions of invisibility. But from what you can tell, it hasn't so far been successful. It looks like he's been writing a lot of notes and trying to create sort of potions of invisibility, and he's not doing very well at it. Would anyone else like to be doing anything whilst this is going on?
I want to check the door and see if I can't hear or smell anything.
Okay, so if you could do a perception check, please. Anyone else? So
I'm
in
just
this room,
Keeping my eye on that rat.
in this room there is there's some bottles on the table. There's the stuff that Aramil's looking at. There's also some bookshelves. There's the door to the east. So what did you get, Ash?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. You don't hear anything.
All I
Or
smell is
smell anything. Yeah, the air is kind of fairly pungent with these sort of reagents and chemicals. It's kind of it's a bit offensive for you because your senses are so heightened. Anyone
Could
else?
Could I check the bookshelves to see if there's something interesting for a wizard?
You can indeed check the
Probably.
bookshelves. So the bookshelves, I shall move you, and I shall pretend that they're kind of up there somewhere because I
Okay.
there are these bookshelves. Do as you're looking through the bookshelves, do you speak Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I do.
you notice one of these books. There's a lot of books about sort of general sort of chemicals and how to brew potions and alchemy and that kind of thing. But one of the books is written in Dwarvish. Would you like to take it off the shelf and have a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually a journal. And it's a journal from an adventurer named Urmon. Urmon. Would you like to spend some time looking at this journal?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to, so you've now, direwolf, you have now been a direwolf for, it'll take a good sort of 15 minutes for Aramil to sort of flick through and get some of the most salient points, which means that you probably...
While he's doing that, could we move into the next room?
Yes, if you would like to do that. So Aramil is going to look at the book. I will tell you what you have read shortly, because you're reading through it, obviously. So you've got to absorb the information. So everyone else, what would you like to do?
I was going to say none of this, including the rat interest throwing at all. So he's going to take the first opportunity to leave.
I paw at the door. Can we go now?
I'll open the door for the direwolf.
Okay, again, how are you opening it? Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just going to try and
There
burst
is
in?
only one way Rowan opens a door. I'll make a strength
so
check.
again, using a strength check, please.
That is boopity 10.
Okay, you would like to make a massive, slamming entrance, but what you it's kind of the door's stiff, so it doesn't it kind of goes and sticks, so it actually doesn't actually...
Hi, Jim!
Everyone says hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Case over to him.
Okay.
Give him that.
Could you turn the light on? It's getting very dark in here.
It is.
Oh my lord, look at that. And there was light.
Ooh.
Thank you, Jim. I will eat that.
Bye, Jim.
Thank you, Jim!
Bye,
Bye,
Jim.
I think I'll call the rat Jim.
Poor Jim.
I don't know where I got the name from.
So you try and push open the door, and the door kind of goes, "Meh," and it suddenly just stops part way through. So you actually have to kind of squeeze into the room. It's not quite the entrance it's not quite the entrance that you were hoping for. There are torches, there are lit sconces, all over the... Oh shit! I've just done the wrong thing. Oh god! One moment. I'm on the wrong goddamn thing with the wrong thing. Something
with the do's and the
things
whats
and
and the scones and the...
too much happening. Right, the sconces all over the wall, and so it's nice and light for the humans, so there's no problem to see, and so you can walk in. What you can see is it's a bedchamber. There's sort of scarlet cloth all over the walls, the same kind of scarlet cloth that you've seen the Red Brands have been wearing. There's a lot of sort of scarlets everywhere. There's a writing desk at the sort of the north side of the wall with a chair. It's quite a comfortable looking bed, much more comfy than the ones that you saw where the bugbears and Droop were anyway. And there's a wooden chest at the foot of the bed, and there is nobody in the room.
Can I look at what's on the desk and see if I can read anything, if it's a journal or anything?
You can indeed.
Can I smell the chest at the end of the bed and see if I can see if it's on the level?
You can.
I don't know.
So if you,
I would think a mimic would smell.
Smells on the level.
One would smell like wood. One would smell like death.
Okay.
One would smell like lies.
And if it's trapped, it would smell like gunpowder or something.
I like how hopeful you are about all this. Iona, would you like to do an investigation check for me, please?
I would. 7, 9.
There is definitely some stuff on the desk. There's papers and notes and various other things, and there's a letter on the desk, but the handwriting is very fancy, and you're not.
I've not spent much time around fancy
You've
people.
You've not spent a lot of time around sort of fancy writing or anything like that. So you definitely know that it's a letter, but you don't know what. You can't really tell what it says because it's a little bit too kind of calligraphy-ish for you.
Yeah.
But you definitely see that. The one thing that you can tell about it is down at the bottom of the letter, underneath all of this fancy writing, is a sort of drawn, like a stamp, like a drawn image of a black spider.
I say, hey, I try to call through to Aramil. I say, Aramil, this is fancy. Can you have a look at it?
Leave the wizard to his potions for now. Let him enjoy them.
Hey, Rowan, you're fancy. Look at
Aramil
it.
doesn't. Aramil is fully concentrating
I'm absorbed
on.
too.
Yeah, fully concentrating on trying to absorb information from this book. There's an awful lot about rocks and drinking and mining and that kind of thing. So it's taking him a little while to kind of
racist to dwarves.
Halia wanted.
I am
any
just telling you
paperwork,
what there
so
is.
I'll have a look at it.
Okay, so let me just quickly take a look. And you're doing a sniff check, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so do a sniff check on the chest.
I don't even know if it's gonna actually really do anything, but I am very glad that's a 20. I'm very glad that I get advantage on smell checks. But that I did get a natural 20.
Okay. It seems perfectly on the level, as you said. There's no you can't sort of really smell anything.
Can I smell anything in it though with a 20?
Nothing inside it smells.
Okay.
It doesn't seem you're not getting, apart from just like the outside wood of the chest, there's nothing inside that's kind of instantly making your nose twitch or anything. So Iona has passed the letter through to Rowan. Calla, would you like to do anything?
I'll open the chest that Ash is sniffing at.
Okay. So you open.
I'm gonna be nosy and be up underneath her arms.
You are.
I tickle you behind the ears.
Oh. You open the chest. The chest is unlocked. And it is actually holding probably what you imagine is probably the best stuff from the Red Brand's looting. Is all stored in this chest. So, you are going to find in this chest, there is no need for you to do any kind of investigation or perception. It's in a fucking chest. You have found 180 silver pieces, 130 gold pieces.
Nice.
A silk pouch which has got 5 carnelians, which are a type of gem. 2 carnelians, 2 peridos.
Okay.
And 1 pearl.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Stephen.
There's also 2 scrolls.
Can I open the scrolls?
You can open the scrolls. You open the scrolls and you take a look at them. And it's almost like your sort of vision kind of goes all blurry. It's like a you can't tell. I was about to say like a TV screen when it's on the kind of white. Static.
Yeah.
It's basically like static. You can't. You kind of know that there is writing on it, but you can't seem to
read it.
Focus on it. It seems to be kind of it seems to be beyond your focus, but you have found them. Rowan, would you like to read the letter?
Please.
Okay, so you having spent time in quite a sort of well-to-do family, you are quite used to seeing fancy writing. What I do want you to do, though, is I want you to do an intelligence test to make sure that you can actually read.
There are 2 doors.
You've not put yourself through glory with the counting. So I want to hit. Go on.
6.
Okay. You look at this letter and you go, Lord.
Can I just like go, Lord? You know what? Actually, I think Aramil should check this for any curses or traps before we go read whatever's written on this fine piece of parchment. Better to be safe than sorry.
Do I believe him?
Do an insight check.
11.
Do I do a performance?
You could do you could do a performance check. You can do a counter performance.
18.
18. Yeah, you absolutely believe him. 100%. I mean, how could Rowan possibly fib about that kind of thing? He's just being sensible and safe and kind of making sure that you guys are all
You're just basically an upper-class barbarian, aren't you, really?
Rowan, you're so amazing. Yes, I know.
I do. So, what are you going to do?
Everyone gets 36 silver and 26 gold. I'm just gonna keep the gems on me for now.
We are going shopping after this. Oh, and we
It was 36 silver and how much gold?
26 gold.
26.
Okay, so, what's you all going to do?
Can I check the silks on the wall? Just like check if there's anything behind them.
Okay, do a perception check for me, please.
I also go put the 2 scrolls in Aramil's backpack, even though he's still reading. I just like.
So you've gone back into the workshop room.
Yep.
Anyone else gone back into the workshop room?
I'd like to check under the bed.
Okay. So, did you do a perception check for me?
19.
19. As Iona ducks down to check under the bed, the rat jumps off her shoulder and scarpers behind one of the hangings that you're about to check on.
I say, Jim, no! Come back!
So, as you look, behind one of the hangings, you can see it moving slightly, like it's just pulled.
Stomp on the rat. No.
And as you move, perception check, so you move it slightly further back, away, you can see that there's a secret door that's partially open and the rat has run through it.
God damn it, Jim, you're a maverick, but you get results.
Behind the bed? Behind the bed?
No, where this black thing is.
What the black thing is.
Yeah,
okay.
I put the black thing there to indicate that it's yeah.
Secret door.
A secret door.
We could never have guessed it.
Never. So Calla has got and
Like,
put
look
two
at that
scrolls
black
in
thing.
put 2 scrolls into the backpack of Aramil. Aramil, would you like to keep the information that you read to yourself, or would you like to tell the group?
Well, I first want to know what the information is.
Okie dokie. So
and
guys,
then I'll decide.
okay, so the book that you have scanned through is the journal of this adventurer called Ermin, and describes the history of the lost mine of Phandelver and the forge of spells. Okay, you already know quite about the history. So that was stuff that you could skip. You skipped over as you're reading it. You know that it was a lot of orcs and goblins and elves. You know all that stuff. What you didn't know is that there's records that Ermin writes down about a magic mace called Lightbringer, and that it was commissioned by the priests of Lathander, who is the god of dawn. And it was made by mages.
Wait, I'm a bit lost.
No, that's fine.
I have it's pretty difficult to
No, sorry, I understand.
take dictations in English.
No, I
Sorry.
understand completely. I forget. It's fine. So did you get that there's a magic mace called Lightbringer?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was commissioned by the priests of Lathander. Lathander. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know from your sort of history and your studies that Lathander is the god of the dawn. Okay?
Yeah.
And this mace was lost when the Wave Echo Cave and its mine vanished from history. And then there's an awful lot about about sort of his life and loves and drinking and eating and various other things, but that's the most sort of salient information. If you would like to share it to the group, they already know because they heard it, so you don't have to actually tell them.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna share it. I go back and say, "Oh, hi, Calla." I haven't even noticed.
Yeah.
So in fact, I don't know. I have 2 scrolls now on my backpack because
No, you
I
don't.
was completely reading.
Completely focused.
You have 2 scrolls and you have 36 silver and 26 gold. You're
Oh.
welcome.
So
Read, monkey, read.
I tried to check the scrolls to see if I can understand them.
Okay. I am going to just check a couple of things
Yeah.
to make sure, because I should have actually probably checked this, but I completely was asleep. Okay. Yep. So you check the scrolls. You can definitely you can read one of them without any problem. It's a scroll of charm person.
Okay. So let me.
So if that's not a spell that you already have, then if you want it, then you can spend time and some gold, parchments, and various other things, transcribing it into your spell book.
Yeah, but maybe later.
The other scroll, you can't read it. It's doing the same kind of thing as it did for Calla. It's kind of out of focus, and you're not quite sort of managing to read it. Again, it looks like it's something a spell that's probably of a higher level than you're currently at. So you just need to sort of study more, and maybe hopefully you'll be able to read it at some point. What are you doing? You haven't given Aramil the letter yet. We've currently got Iona on her knees, looking under the bed. The rat's buggered off through a secret passage that Rowan has found. Direwolf, what are you up to?
I would like to investigate where the rat went off to.
Okay, so hold on. You go through the secret door. If you can do a perception check for me as well. If you want to do some sniffing.
Sniffy and hearing.
Sniffy and hearing.
15. I can do it with advantage, right? I mean, I got and 18 plus
Stuff.
1. Yeah.
You see you get in and you basically see a staircase to nowhere. So you can kind of go up the stairs if you want. Anyone else? What are you doing now? Because you're a divided party into
I'll
different
come
rooms.
back into the
I'm
room.
going to.
The bed. I'm going to go onto the stairs in hopes of finding Jim.
I was going to say, I'll turn to Aramil and go, I do have a letter I'd like you to look at, but at the moment I want to get the most out of this direwolf, so I do think we should press on.
Yeah, because you probably only got 10 more minutes of direwolf.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go through,
I like how Iona just glipped through the wall.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
I'm magical.
Yeah, so Ash, as the direwolf, I would like you to roll another perception check, please. Again, but with scent, and I would like you to do it. You can do it with advantage.
That's 13 and 15, and that's plus the wisdom is +1, so that's 16.
That's fine. You as you have managed to, you're following the scent of the rat as you've gone further up, and the rat suddenly disappears out. The scent kind of vanishes around the wall to the sort of, as you've gone up, the wall that's kind of to your left, which is like, as in because you're facing up, so it's like,
because it's facing up, so it's the one to the, yeah, okay, gotcha.
There.
Yeah, I scratch at it.
There's
because it's
yeah, okay,
like, and
there you
whine
go.
at it and look at everybody else like, open the door, please.
Is there a door or just a wall?
Well,
I mean, that's where the rat went to, so y'all figure it out, because I can just smell that's where it went.
okay, so who would like to
Scratch at it, whine at
who
it.
would like to do some kind of
You
Oh!
your finger.
I love your mug.
Thanks. It's got owls on
I
it.
love
Oh,
owls.
it's cute.
Cute.
That makes me want coffee.
Who would like to investigate where Ash is scratching?
I would like to, because I feel like I'd want to find Jim.
Okay, so Iona
Yeah,
pushes.
you're near.
Iona pushes forward. Would you like to do an investigation then check, please?
Yes. 13, 14, 15.
15. Very much like when Ash found the hidden door in the first room that you went in, you can feel the sort of cracks around the door. And actually there's a broken sort of stone part at the bottom where the rat has obviously sort of crept through, which is how the rats got through. And you can see there's a sort of an indentation that's sort of covered with cobwebs and things. It's quite hard to see where you, exactly the same as the first one, where you can put your hand
I'm
in.
going to reach into the hole.
Reach into the hole. If you can do a strength check for me.
Always a good idea.
Yeah, we know that from Indiana Jones.
6. I rolled a 4 and my modifier's 2.
Okay, so you...
Can I grab onto like the clothing on the back of her arm and pull along with her?
Okay, roll again for advantage. I like
Feel
that
like
as
I'm getting injured. So I rolled a 5 then, so 7.
Okay, that doesn't actually help. Unfortunately, all it
I
does
was
is
trying to avoid ripping your clothes.
all it does is it just makes a little tear, but Iona kind of notices it and kind of pulls back really quickly because she likes her clothing quite, and so she's like,
I mean, look at it. We got, wizard, ranger. Fancy!
okay. So you know that there is some kind of...
I turn back and I say, Rowan, do your magic.
Can I try and push on it?
Push on.
You
Said I was pushed all along.
You can indeed try and push on it. If you'd like to do a strength check for me, please.
That is... what's... 21.
You have actually somehow managed to completely bypass I mean, it's quite old, so everything's a little bit sort of dodgy anyway, and it actually almost breaks the mechanism, and as you push on it, the door swings out.
It was a push door.
It was a push, and so you can if you'd
right.
it would have swung out, but you've basically broken the mechanism and you've walked through, and as you walk through, you are back into the room with the barrels at the top of the cavern.
Can I smell to see where the rat went now?
You can indeed. So if you would like to, so you follow, and I'm going to control your character. You follow the scent to there,
Ah, gotcha.
and that's
that door too.
and the scent disappears.
What is it, girl? There's something in the wall. I'll try and push the wall.
Okay, so yeah, so again, these are very like old and sort of crumbly, and you notice that there is a hole in the sort of the wall part, in part of the wall, where it sort of crumbled through, and you can sort of hear the sound of wind kind of rustling through it. So go on, strength check me.
That is a 15.
You've got full of breath. You're like, I've managed to do this last time, and you push against the. Yeah, nothing happens.
It must be.
Can I butt against him and see if I can add to that, or no? No. Okay.
I was gonna say it's not really at
Not
this
really
point.
gonna help.
Yeah, this isn't gonna really help. It's kind
But
of.
a dire wolf's intelligence is up there with Rowan's, so we don't.
I actually keep my intelligence though when I shift.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't
The
change.
brain
just my
doesn't
form.
change. It's just the form. So who's going to? Who would like? Who would
Rowan,
like to try and?
try pushing to the other side.
You push the wrong side.
Oh,
Go on, Rowan, do it.
okay.
Let's see if that was what happened.
That is 16.
Nope, still nothing.
No, I'm
I'd like
definitely
to
sure
try
it's a
to
pole.
use the handle on this one.
There is no handle. It's a wall.
No, there is
There's
a
a hole.
Oh, is there a
Do an
handle?
investigation. You haven't even tried to do an investigation check. You've just decided to use strength.
I kind of just huff and like I huff and like just and poke my nose at the hole in the door and then like slam my head against Rowan's thigh. Like,
Okay, so
idiot, you don't.
Iona barges past, going, Jim, where are you, Jim? And puts her hand into the hole. Do a strength check to try and pull.
16.
You grab hold of the lead with all of your might. You pull, and the
The
door
maternal
goes
pet parent power. Speed channel.
and kind of creaks open, and basically shows shows.
Oh, so this
It's
one
it's
was a
very dark, but that's what you can kind of just make out 5 feet in front of you.
What is that? What is the thing
I
with the
peek
X?
The thing with an X, you don't need to investigate because you have eyes. It is a door. It is it's a door, and it's got sort of like bars on it and things.
Okay.
So it looks like it's a kind of it's a sort of a locked door, basically.
Can I see what's down this way?
Yep. Down that way.
Another door.
And that is where you smell the rat going.
Okay. Can I listen at this door and see if I can hear anything?
Yep, do a perception check.
17. 17, 18.
You hear nothing.
Okay.
You hear nothing at all. So what would you like to do?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
What would you like to do?
I'm not strong or insightful, so I'm just gonna stay back.
Can I make an investigation check to see if it's a push or pull door? The lock one.
You can make an investigation check.
Making that mistake again. That's a 4. There's 2 doors.
Yeah, you've it's basically it's a locked door. It's like you can tell from the investigation, it's just basically it's reinforced, so it's not barred or anything, but it's definitely locked. So it's like a reinforced armored door.
Calla, are you one of those picky rangers or just a shooty do awesome flips rangers?
What do you mean by picky?
Like you got
Picky
Sorry,
locking.
I'll do this.
Picky
Do
locking.
you have the tiny little picks of picking? Can you cast pick on door?
No, I do not have lock picking things. I am not a rogue. I am a ranger.
Hashtag not all rogues are rangers.
Yeah.
Not all rangers are rogues.
Not all rangers are
Yeah.
rogues.
God, Rowan, why are you appropriating all of us?
Sometimes stereotypes are needed in culture to quickly pass on information.
So what would you like to do?
Guess we go through the door that isn't locked.
Well, we've lost our. I was going to say we've lost our direwolf. No, there she is. Are you wireless?
What? Yes.
Wow.
Future is there.
So cool.
Okay, so would you like to? I mean, it's not a secret door or anything. It's just a door.
I say we should probably be a little bit quieter. We don't want to scare off Jim.
Jim's probably an evil wizard, just so you know.
But he's so
Iona.
cute.
Did
I
I,
don't
ever
trust
tell
it.
you about the knight Leroy of Jenkins? I know.
Brilliant. Freaking brilliant. Knight Leroy, Sir Leroy of Jenkins.
Leroy of Jim.
So what would you like to do?
I'll open the door, please.
Okay, so you reach down. Would you? You haven't heard. There was an investigate. There was a perception check done before and didn't hear anything. So you open the door, and inside, you can probably only see there, because you're human, and it's
Awesome.
dark. And it's dark inside.
It's a very, very small room with pitch black walls.
I go up underneath his arms and be all like, what this?
Bork.
So I can see.
Okay. You as a you have got about that much vision.
Oh no!
And there's and you see
bread.
that's one. You can see one. There's a kind of a coffin that's open with a skeleton just.
I kind of
in it.
nudge Rowan back and kind of whimper a little bit and hope to God Aramil or somebody that has intelligence understands that I'm scared of something.
Do I understand?
I
roll an intelligence check, straight intelligence.
Like the hair on the back of my neck bristles and I kind of like...
12.
Okay, Iona.
10.
Okay. You think you yeah, no, don't really understand. It's kind of you think that you're wondering why she's come back come back, and certainly there's a little part of you that kind of wonders whether it's because there's something not so great happening, but you don't kind of know.
Do I realize that they don't understand?
Can you do an intelligence check? Actually, do a perception check. But
19,
not with
20.
Okay, yeah, you know that they don't understand.
Calla.
I
How
growl,
fucking
I growl a
frustrating is
little
that?
bit and kind of scratch a little bit and like kind of turn around in a circle like I'm agitated. Bitches, listen to me.
Right, so what would you like to do?
Calla, something seems wrong. Can you come over here and tell me what your ranger eyes see?
Yep. Excuse me.
Look with
excuse
your
me,
ranger
excuse me,
eyes.
Excuse me. Yep. Sorry, coming through. Coming through. Yep. Hello?
coming through.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, squeezing through. Okay,
I'm just
so
gonna
you
step in a bit.
you sort of stick your head into the room and you see a skeleton. And,
Just saying, I'm on 1% battery right now, so I could go at any minute. Keep going.
oh my god, if you go, it's like we'd have to stop.
Maybe I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, very quickly. As you walk in, the skeleton here starts to move.
Oh no!
It
Guys,
gets
moving skeletons.
it gets up and it starts to move towards you.
I say, oh my god, I say, Ilifan.
The skeleton turns around
Yeah.
and goes back and lies down.
Oh, it didn't work, that fucking goblin.
Droop was right. We could trust him. I'm so happy. Okay.
You're going to move.
I kind of just like huff with relief, just like.
Are you going to move forward? So as you move forward, you can see now, as you move forward, that...
Oh my god, there's 3 of them.
But there's no more movement.
Oh, thank God.
For that.
Here, there is a double door, sort of like a crypt double door, wooden double door to the south side of the room, and then to the north there is a single door.
Single and ready to mingle door.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, depends how your perception check goes.
I'm
I'll
not doing it.
go through it.
Well, it's not one of those secret doors with a hole, so.
I want
I think
to listen
Calla
at the top
just-
door.
I think
How
Calla's
I
long?
think
How
Calla's
long?
phone
How
I think
died.
Calla's gone. She's frozen.
How long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Calla's gone. Do you want to stop it there then?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
better.
I mean, I don't want
Better
to,
stopping now.
but
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours 45 minutes, and there's still some more to go. So if she's gone, I'm thinking that it was probably It sort of it'll set you up quite well for the sort of the next.
I mean, we could see if she can find an alternative to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could wait for a little bit and see if she kind of comes back,
I'm up for
or
that.
if she's kind of. I'll just grab my phone and see if she's on.
Intermission.
Yes, with like some intermission music. Not getting
Yeah, she's
any
trying to
better.
go on the laptop.
Okie dokie. I'm seeing it. Blah,
Flame
blah, blah,
looks
blah,
so
blah.
uncomfortably
Oh, headphone
happy
jack is
now.
the same as the charger one. It's really annoying. I've got a dongle that splits it now. Or I did until Jim borrowed it for the car, and it's now broken. Hold on, phone just died. Don't worry, we'll stop. Any alternatives? Okay, I'll wait. I tell you what. Intermission. Go and grab yourself snacks, drinks, and go and use the loo.
More coffee.
Okay.
We won't count this time as direwolf time. Don't worry.
I don't think I have very long left anyways, but
Druid is OP! Shadow!
I know, right?
Holy shit!
Fucking love it.
Druid is OP!
The thing is, though, without Circle of the Moon, I could have only done creatures with a 1/4 challenge rating, and
Right.
direwolves are a 1 challenge rating.
Oh, it's quite with the moon
So
circle. I think at high
Circle
levels
of the
you can
Moon.
do dragons and all sorts, can't you? It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Circle of the Moon is the shape-shifty one.
Yeah.
That is the superpower that I wish I had.
Oh,
So
I
it was a no-brainer. No-brainer. what I wanted.
teleportation.
But otherwise, I don't even think I'd be able to do a wolf.
Oh, well, it's so.
So I could do
good.
I could
It's
do a
so
wolf.
Cool.
I could do a wolf. Yes.
You have so
But
many
I could-
options for role play as well,
I
like just
know.
fucking up NPCs. Flame!
Hey! I cannot hear you.
Can't hear you, Flame.
Hello?
Yay!
That beeping again though, can you hear it?
It is, but if you're on push to speak, it's not the end of the world, is it?
I don't hear the beeping.
It's only when she.
Okay.
I'll shut my mouth for a second so you can.
Okay, yeah, I do. Yeah.
If you're on push to speak, Flame, if you're happy with that though, it won't be a problem really.
Yeah, push to speak isn't too bad because then it's only when you're talking.
And your glorious ranger will block out any nonsense like that anyway.
Yes.
So just do backflips and shit, and no one will care.
It's really bad now. Oh, hang on. It's okay. Yeah.
I think it's all right. I barely noticed it.
Yeah. It's not too big of a deal.
And again, if it's push to speak, then it's not permanent anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I really want to get to level 3.
Tell me about it. I have nothing cool yet, and she could turn into a
I have
direwolf.
Hey, welcome
all the
back,
cool
Calla.
things.
And Aramil got his fancy like, I'm a wizard. I can see shit at level 2, and I don't get shit. I'm just there like, well, I guess I'll swing at them.
And wait till I get my
No.
I can read minds things at level 3.
Read minds at level. What? That's a bastard.
My thing is, I only get to do the B shift twice before a long rest.
A long
So
rest.
it's something that is very limited.
You have another
And
one.
it's only an hour.
Last-
Yeah, I do have one more, but I can either use it after the end of it to stay shifted and use it for essentially as a 2-hour thing, or I can use it and like use it once and then use it again another time.
So strong. Holy shit.
Especially, that's the reason why I absolutely wanted to have the dire wolf.
Oh,
is
yeah.
because it's got 37 hit points.
So,
That basically gives me 20, 30, 50, what's my 17, 60 something hit points to work with.
so, do you have to keep a list of all the animals you've ever seen now, then? Just so
No,
you know
it's
what
not
you can turn
necessarily
into.
that. It's also just like a list of all the useful ones that I'd like to keep.
Oh, sweet. So, like giant eagles and.
I can't do anything. The thing is it's limited. Even
Oh yeah,
though
you can't do flying until you're high level.
I can't do flying or swimming until I hit a later level. I can only do ground animals at the moment.
I'm here.
We I was thinking we should
Welcome back.
at some point organize playing a game online together, even if it's just like golf with friends and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We should do bonding, people. I'm just going for a quick.
What, Calla? Or,
I think Calla's
It's not going to be quick. He's still a cripple.
Calla's a bit crackly, but
I have
That's alright.
beeping in my ears.
yeah, we've got that kind of
I
like.
don't know how well this is going to work.
Oh, that's really quite terrible.
And yeah,
Oh, is it
I
in
guess
your
it's-
ears as well?
Yeah.
I don't want you.
What about the laptop
just gonna-
speakers and built-in mic?
Yeah, it's not good though.
The headphone, the
does
headset.
your laptop not have a built-in microphone?
I think I'm gonna go.
As for I could just see.
No.
Can you hear me?
Woo!
Yeah,
Yes.
Yay!
yeah, it's a bit loud, but
It's loud.
Yeah, but I can.
Yeah.
I mean, we could all.
Can you hear me
I mean,
now?
We can turn you down though.
We can all turn you.
Yeah.
We can all turn you down.
Brilliant.
So hold on. I'm going to.
I don't know how to make that.
If you.
If you go out of full screen
Out-
and you right-click on her video.
Oh, okay, I see.
Calla,
Perfect. Thank you.
Could you speak again, Calla?
This is me talking.
It doesn't.
Me talking.
Oh,
You're gonna be louder than Rowan.
try it again.
I don't think that's possible.
Hello. My
Okay.
name is Calla. I am a wood elf.
Okay. So I
Yes,
about
there we go.
15% seems to work for me.
That's where I put her at too.
Yeah. Okay. So drop it down to about 15%, and it seems to work. Not
Also,
so.
I have a wonderful boyfriend. He went and made me hot chocolate because I asked him to.
Oh, that's so nice.
I've just had a Swiss roll thrown at me, so I mean,
You must
that's
eat
good.
it.
That's good, I guess.
That's pretty decent. I was
I'm already eating a chocolate orange, so.
one thing that I have got that I
Yay.
would like to it would be really great to play with you guys is there's a free it's free and it's got like 90 something percent like reviews or whatever, and it's on Steam, and it's an escape room, so every single one of you are in the same kind of place, but you've all see something different, and you have to all talk to each other to try and help each other solve puzzles and get out.
I'd be
Hell
so
yeah.
down to play
What's
that.
it called?
Oh,
So keep tapping, keep talking, and everybody escapes.
yeah, keep talking and you hopefully won't actually blow up. Alright, hold on.
Also, guys, remember, I think it's on the 26th. It's on this Thursday that
Yeah.
Jackbox Games is free.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna have to grab that. Is that through
Definitely
Steam?
getting that.
I think it's through the Epic Games launcher. I don't remember. I know I put a note in my
Okay.
phone so I
Okay,
wouldn't
yeah.
forget.
I
Yeah, on the
That's
Epic
saying the
Games.
24th.
I always forget
The
it.
24th is what it
I
is.
always forget Epic Games. Always.
Yeah,
I've-
that-
Jackbox
It's
Games
usually
is
like
free.
2 weeks.
It's gonna
free.
Are you trying to tell me you're not a Fortnite streamer, Lise?
For what?
Freya has to learn Fortnite for a new job,
but
and I'm so excited.
Basically, it's all I'm that good, as you know from watching me play games. I don't want to stream something like Fortnite online because it would just make everyone feel so shitty about themselves.
You know what?
That's amazing.
You know what, Lise? Seeing you as a gamer 2 years ago to now, I completely understand.
I thought that I had
your
Subnautica.
gaming prowess is unbelievable how high it is now compared to 2 years ago.
2 years ago, when I first discovered Skyrim, and it wasn't very long, Freya and Rowan came up to stay, and they found that I had been getting rid of all of my weapons as soon as they ran out of magic, because I had no idea that you could recharge them using soul gems. I had all of these fucking soul gems, no idea what they were for. I was like, woo, I've got a soul, yay. And Rowan was like watching, like, what are you doing? I was like, well, it's out of charge. And he was like, right. And that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about my gaming. Anyway, would you like to carry on for a little bit?
Yes, I want to get to level 3.
Yeah,
I am good to carry on for however long you can.
I will tell you now, unfortunately, the level 3 is still a little bit away.
But everyone else has cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Level 3, I would say, but you're closer. You'll be closer to level 3.
By the way, out of character.
Sorry, I've got to be really careful about when I level you up because I need to make sure that you can tackle
match the level of everybody.
That you can tackle the stuff that or that everything's matched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I just want new powers.
I know you do. But...
I understand.
Yeah, Rowan's like, yeah, I know how that feels. Right, sorry, out of character, what would you want to say?
Out of character, Ash would love all of the pets as an animal, by the way. Just a heads up. 10 out of 10.
You'd like
all of the pets.
I was gonna say, I was kind of like, they know this is still Ash, right? And they're just like scratching you on the head and all sorts.
Yeah, but it's still great.
Yeah.
But,
it's cute.
Actually, I really love that as like a character trait because you're really like closed off as a person, but you're more yourself as an animal.
And
that is cute as
Isn't that
fuck.
really nice? I love it.
That is cute as
That's
fuck.
so cool.
I'm more comfortable as an animal.
Yeah. You're you're closer to nature as an animal. You're kind of closer to your kind of like the kind of core of
that's
it, like the
such
core
a good
of
character
the
trait.
core of everything, and the core of what makes you who you are, as the in the the circle of the moon. Anyway, so are you going through the door? Because it was about I think Calla, I think you were about to go through the door.
Right, I was, yes.
Maybe we
rolling perception?
Try to, yeah.
It depends on whether you want to try and hear anything.
Before we go in there, how much longer do I have before I either have to go back or?
I would say you've probably got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So baby, go back.
Okay, so what do you want to do it then?
It depends on who's are you percepting at the door before you go through?
I was wanting to, yes.
Okay, so Ash, if you want to, what are you?
Because this is the one that which one did I smell the rat go through?
You didn't do that.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
I thought I did. Oh,
well, I didn't
okay.
hear you do that. Would you like to do that? Would you like to try and figure out where the rat's gone?
Which one?
Okay. As you do a perception.
I lost my die.
This rat is definitely evil.
Second one was a 16, so 17.
Okay. The rat seems like it's moving towards the bottom of the room.
The bottom of the room.
Mm-hmm. To these double doors. It seems like it's moving that way.
I'd like to check the top one still, just because we already left the locked one alone, but I don't want to leave an unlocked door
where there could be stuff
behind us.
Okay.
So I go ahead and go towards that one and see
Okay.
if I can't hear or smell anything, maybe.
Okay, would you like to do hearing or smelling?
Here.
Okay, so if you'd like to roll your perception for hearing.
10. I'm so glad I get advantage. 12, so it's a 13.
You don't really hear anything.
Okay.
You
I
don't-
just kind of nudge. Let's go.
Okay, so who's going in?
Guess I am.
I think I will as well, because as far as I know, that's where Jim has gone.
Okay, so Calla, how are you opening?
I'm quite
how
enthusiastic.
are you opening the door?
Stealthily.
Okay, so if you could do a stealth check for me, please.
It's a natural one.
You are
Okay.
intimidated by the door.
You open it.
As you try to open the door stealthily, being used to how sort of stiff these doors have been. This door, however, is well oiled, like it's been used an awful lot, and just swings open and slams against the door behind.
Yeah, that's how you do it!
And
Brilliant.
oh, you moved the entire bloody fort. Right, hold on. This is what happens when you keep on clicking out of things. As you open the door, that's what you see. You see two red brands inside this room, and some. You can instantly sort of see this. You've got basically like iron bars to the north and to the south, walling off two areas. And you've got two
Do we
red
have
brands.
surprise since you
You
kind of barged in?
You have very quickly, because of Calla's, because of both Calla and your passive perception, you two can have an attack of advantage.
I want to attack this one
Okay, go for it.
immediately.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's I get advantage because I'm next to Calla. It's a 13. And that's a 1. So 13 plus 5 to hit is 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
Yep, that hits.
And a D6. Where'd my... Okay, there's that one. I don't care. I just need a D6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damage.
10 damage. Holy
Direwolf be stonk.
Holy shit. Fucking hell, girl. You said 10 damage. No.
Yes, 10. Because it's a 2d6 plus 3.
Sorry, I'm just suddenly.
I
I'm
got-
trying to write it all down. I'm just suddenly like, it's like, oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you take. You charge at it. If you want to move in, like, so you're up next to it.
Oh, yes, I shall. Womp.
And you and you like take it. And you just basically you bound into the room because you've got the passive perception, so you instantly see them and you go for it. At the same time, Calla, what do you want to do? Are you attacking
I'll
the
attack the
same
other
one,
guy.
or are you attacking the other one? Because you've
The
got to
other
just
one.
make your choice. Okay, go on.
14
14.
to hit, yeah.
14 does not hit, I'm afraid. Damn it! So as your
Mhm.
your arrow goes whizzing past and sort of clangs into the bars, and you just hear a little like a little whimpering, and at that point you look to your left because there are sconces on the walls, there is light, and you see a little boy curled up in the corner of this sort of cell, like kind of cowering in the background, whimpering as the arrow hit the bars. So, if you would like to now roll initiative, please. You all have heard this, so are you all coming dashing in?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so if you can all roll initiative, please, and tell me what you get.
9 again.
9 for me.
10.
14.
So Calla and Iona on 9. What was Aramil?
14.
Rowan?
10.
Ash?
15.
Okay, top of the round is number two is red brand number 2, who is going to take a bite at Ash because Ash
Take a bite.
Oh my god! this is
Well,
I'm gonna bite it.
it's going to
That's how you teach a dog.
It was gonna bite you back. It's gonna take a swipe
It
at
takes
you.
a newspaper and hits you.
It's
on the
22.
20.
22.
Accurate bite.
That hits.
Oh.
22.
That hella hits.
22. And it's got 2 attacks as well. So you take 3 points of piercing damage first, and then it's going to try and do a second attack, but it hits a natural 1 that time, so definitely misses you.
7, 6, 5, 4. So I have
Fighter than me.
34
Oh.
health points.
Only 34.
That's it,
Damn it.
only
You're gonna die.
Oh god, I'm gonna die so quick.
Has anyone else? But you haven't taken much damage. Like Aramil's like brilliantly unsquishy this time. Okay.
Oh no, you're
So-
gonna die.
Next up is Ash again.
Oh shit. I'm gonna bite him because I didn't like that.
Okay, bite him.
That is an 8. Am I within 5 foot of somebody?
You're with 5 feet of the one that you've already bitten. It hasn't moved.
No, within 5 foot of one of my allies.
You're not. Not yet.
So I got an 8. That's a 10.
No, that does not hit.
I miss.
You do miss. So, would you like to do any kind of movement? It will get an attack of opportunity at you if you do. But you can move.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you're going to stay there. Next up is Aramil. What would you like to do?
Okay.
You
I'm
are still
gonna-
right at the back in the other room.
Yeah. Doesn't seem there's much space to go in, to go in through the door.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a little
It's
bit
kind of
blocked
easy.
at the moment.
So I guess I cannot use any direct spell. So I'm gonna cast a magic missile on the red one.
Okay, so
it's
you're
possible.
going to cast magic missile like over the heads of the people in front of you.
Yeah.
That's fine. So magic missile just hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 1d4. I'm gonna throw the 3 darts to the red one.
No, hold on. Wait. I think
Magic
I've
missile
written.
are
I
3
think
darts.
I think I've written something down
Yeah?
wrong.
Oh.
Who's taken damage? Is it the red one or the blue one?
The red
The
one.
blue one.
The
The blue one has.
The blue
I
one.
hit
Oh, okay.
the
yeah.
That's-
blue one
that's-
for 10 points.
Yeah, that's what I've put. I wrote it down on the wrong thing. Okay, so the blue one, the red one hasn't taken any
Yeah.
damage.
I'm gonna throw all 3 to the red one.
Okay.
So it's for first dart is 5 points of damage.
Okay.
2,
Okay.
7, and 3. 10 points of damage total.
Okay. It goes boom, boom, boom. You can actually, especially Ash can smell the burning of sort of robes and flesh as these missiles just hit one after the other on the chest. You can hear now. Not only can you hear the kind of crying of this sort of child up in the corner, but you can hear God, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to click things. You can also hear, I know it looks a bit shitty because I can't really like sort it, but you can also hear the whimpering of two women, an older woman and a younger woman who are again, they're both sort of huddling in the corner trying to get as far away from whatever the fuck is going on as possible. Next up is Rowan.
Because it's so packed in the doorway, can we say I can like travel at half movement to squeeze by my teammates? Because I should still be able to make it to the blue one then.
Yes, you should be able to, but you're going to have to. You kind of it sort of shoves them out the way a bit like that. So Iona gets shoved back a little bit, and Calla gets shoved sort of through the door. Okay.
Now I put myself right next to my direwolf buddy.
Okay, because that means that next time, if the guy doesn't move, the direwolf, Ashy will get advantage as well because with 5 foot. Okay.
And then
Hit.
can I smack him?
Smack him on.
No, that's a miss. That is 10.
Yeah, that does not hit. As you try and go down, you're trying to make sure that you don't hit the wolf at the same time, and you just not sort of focus. Your attention is just not quite with it, and you swipe over him, and you miss him. So now we have Calla and Iona both going at the same time. So you have to decide which one of you is going first.
After you, you're closer forward.
You sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I guess I'll go for the red one again.
Okay.
No, I rolled a 3.
Okay, that does not hit the red one.
We are on it,
The red
that's
one's
fine.
like ooh, like that, and like out the way. Okay. So Iona, you get to go now.
Right, I am going to run forward to here and attempt to stab the red dude.
Okay.
That's a 6. I'm assuming that doesn't hit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, well 11, but that's not
No,
gonna...
that does not hit. I was going to say, is there anything else?
That's me done.
Okay, you don't want to do anything else. Then that is fine. It is, it's the red one's turn, and the red one is going to go for you, Iona, because you're there and trying
Like,
to... You're
there.
right there and trying
Also
to
in
attack.
bright fluorescent colours while everyone else is in armour.
Hold on. 21.
Yep,
That may
but my
hit.
armor class isn't that high.
Okay, so you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay,
yep,
you take
that's
6
fine.
points. You take 6 points of piercing damage, and then he is going to take a second swing at you because he has multi-attack.
Oh.
But that's only 9. So I think you're okay with that next one.
Yeah.
It is going to be the attack of the one on the floor. It's actually more scared of the wolf than it's scared of Rowan, so it's going to try and attack the wolf with the wolf. Which gives. Pardon?
I thought. What?
just
When
say
did
they're on
they
the
go
floor?
prone?
No, he's not on the floor because
Oh,
he hasn't
okay, sorry.
gone prone. It's just because I'm getting tired and I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry. Liz.
I'm trying to
Gotcha.
juggle. I'm trying to juggle too many brain things. That's 11. 11 to hit with the first attack.
No.
And
14 armor.
14 to hit with the second attack.
It's 14 armor is what I have.
Okay, so that doesn't work. That doesn't attack you then. I don't think. I can never remember the way. I can
It
never remember.
does.
It
That's
does.
the way
If
that you've
if
been
it's
doing
the armor
it.
class, it does damage.
It does damage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Before it was
No, because
like, I don't know. It was like armor class plus 1. I think
I think armor
one
is-
of their attacks.
Armor class plus
I remember.
armor class. It's got to be.
I
It's
think.
if it's the same armor class, then you don't. Then it doesn't. It doesn't hit. But I don't know whether it's the
Okay.
same way round for both. Whether it's same way
It-
round for.
Oh,
Does hit, I think.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think
Is
it
it-
does. I think it does. I think it's a real shitty thing that it doesn't hit if
Yeah.
you're trying to attack enemies, but if they try and attack you, it does hit.
I'll have a look.
Could you look that up? I'm fairly certain that's the way it works, but I just want to check, and we've got, player's handbook on the way. I've got my player's handbook, but it's under tissues, so.
Oh.
So we're just having a pause in the fight. Just one momentarily. How's everyone doing for like energy? We're not there's not a massive amount. It's not gonna be like
I'm doing all right, but how are you doing?
I'm getting.
Yeah.
I am getting.
Getting tired.
I am getting tired, but
So-
we're not sort of far off a point where we're going to be able to kind of stop it.
Super, you excited about glass staff? And you might get a staff of glass if it doesn't smash.
Unless it's some sort of lich and the glass is its phylactery or something.
I mean, like, facing another wizard is not something I'm really excited about.
Especially not if especially not if it's a wizard who's actually a dragon of like level 9 or something.
Yeah. it's probably like scares the shit out of me a little bit.
You'll be fine.
You know, I'm more bibliothec.
I need to stop
Like,
looking at higher
library
level
rat.
stuff for my character. I keep going, oh, I want this, and I want this, and I'm like, oh wait, now I'm on level 11. I'm miles off that.
Oh, I know, it's awful, isn't it? I'm attacks against armor class.
I'm quite happy with my stuff.
Okay.
Suck up.
Okay, go on.
To make an attack roll a d20 and add the appropriate modifiers. If the total of the roll plus modifiers equals or exceeds the target's armor class, the attack hits. The AC of a character is determined at character creation, whereas the AC of a monster is in its stat block. Yeah, so if it equals or exceeds the AC, then it hits.
So that has actually right. So I've been doing that wrong. That has actually changed since. That's actually changed on 5e. So it's equal to or higher. So that work. Then we're going to go with that from this point on. That works both ways. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I have just.
So it barely hits.
It does hit you, but barely. So was that the
Anyone
first? Was
wants
that
to
the
double
that
check
was the
that
second?
it's-
Pardon?
That was the
So,
second one, yes.
194 in the player's handbook.
I'll
just
take a
if
look.
anyone wants to double check.
I'll take a look after. Thank you very much. So that was the second attack, yes. Second
Yes.
swipe, and that is 7 points of damage.
7.
7 points of damage, and that means that we go to Ash. It's actually your turn.
I'm gonna bite him because I still didn't like it.
Gonna bite him. Go on, bite him.
I'm not using that D20. That D20 is rude. My new D20 is rude.
Go on.
Is Rowan still close enough to me, right? Because that was a natural one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was an 18, 19.
Okay. Yes. You can have that.
19? Yes. And dice. That is a 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more points of damage.
Okay, you have mauled this poor chap to death.
I've had enough of his shit, and I ripped his throat out.
You can hear as you rip the jugular out of this guy. You hear kind of crying and like feared sort of kind of whimpering from the two sort of cowering women that you can see in the sort of slave pen below you. The next person up is Aramil.
Okay, I'm gonna, now that the door is clearer, I'm gonna enter and cast Ray of Frost on the red one.
Okay.
So it's 24
Yep, that hits.
and 2 damage.
Okay,
That's
so the ray of frost it hits the sort of the like the chest of the of this red brand. It sort of crackles. It does do some damage, but not as much as you would have wished it to do, I think. Next,
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Next up is Rowan.
Can I turn around and take a sweeping strike on the other guy? That's
You
just a
can
regular
indeed.
smack.
Go for
I'm
it.
just pretending I have fancy attacks. Natural 20!
Natural 20 will
I should say
hit.
sweeping strike more often.
Double those dice.
Yeah, let's roll higher than 1 like last time. that is 3 doubled to 6 plus 3. That's 9 damage.
Yeah, how would you like to do that as well?
Nice one.
Can
Some good rolls today.
just bring my axe from below up the back of the fighter, just in one smooth slice?
Yikes. Yes, you can.
You know, don't scare the kid that's right there.
And the fighter collapses to the floor, and blood
By the look of
coming
it,
out
it's
of it,
been
and the
thrown.
and the kid is just like backing further and further into the corner.
I don't give a
From the kid's
fuck.
point of view, this man splits in twain, and from behind there is Rowan just like
No.
covered in blood and gore.
So
Like, oh,
It's like Carrie.
I'm going to get
or
rid of
some
those
shit.
now. So you have got, you've taken out those the two guards. So what you can see, is basically it's like slave pen, like 2 slave pens. So you've got the room in the middle, and against the wall to the east, you can see piles of kind of like clothes and those kind of things, just sort of piles of clothes. Up at the top, you can see there's just iron bars and an iron door, and the same to the south. There's sort of straw. Ash, you are probably going to be quite
It's
glad.
about time.
You're going to be You're going to be quite glad to shift out of wolf form, because the stench of filth is quite overwhelming in your dire wolf form.
Right. I'm a human again. Woo, 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 woo. Crackly bones and stuff, and I'm a human again. Yay!
holy shit! It was Ash.
Yeah, that surely helped to calm the kid. You know, like watching
No
the.
cracking of bones.
Yeah. I can't help how scary it is. Come on now.
Yeah. So you've all of the slaves that you can see, the sort of older woman, the younger woman, and the boy are all chained, have all got sort of collars around their neck, and they're sort of all chained to the back walls of where they are.
Let's look for a key.
Okay.
I go over to the.
I'll search the one that I killed.
Bodies.
Okay,
Right,
so Ash is going to search the one, and you're going to search the other, Aramil,
Yeah,
and then Iona, you're going to
women.
go to the women. Who's going to go to where the child is?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
I'll
Calla's going.
follow Calla.
Calla and Rowan are going to go to the whimpering kid. So
This could
if
only
you can
end well.
please, if you can please roll.
That's gonna win well.
Please roll. Both of you roll an investigation check. Those ones of you who are searching corpses.
16.
In events, and I need my paper. Investigation is a intelligence, correct?
It is.
So that's 13.
Okay. There's, as you rifle through the 2 red brands on the floor, you don't find anything. They don't have any money on them. They don't have a key on them. They don't have anything on them at all. They're just sort of like shift guards, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the.
Yep.
And try to talk to the older woman and ask her if she's the woodcutter's wife.
Yep. So Iona, what are you doing whilst they've been rifling through the corpses? You've been here talking to them.
Yeah. I'd like to ask them, how did you get here? What's going on?
Okay. They are pretty insensible with tears at this point. As Aramil comes forward, if you could both roll a perception check for me. Not perception check, sorry, persuasion.
16.
13.
Okay. With your presence and kind of you're speaking to them in very calmly and very kindly, they stop whimpering and sort of start paying attention to the fact that actually the people who have been kind of teasing them and poking at them are dead, and there are people coming to help them. To answer your question, the older woman tells you that her name is Myrna Dendra, and she and her 2 children were captured by the Red Brands because her husband defied them. As you know from the information that you'd had earlier, Thel the woodcutter, Thel was he woodcutter? I can't remember.
Woodcutter, I think.
Woodcutter.
Yeah.
Was her husband, and murdered him, and then came back that night and abducted the family from the home, and that you, and with your sort of general sort of insight and persuasion, she tells you that she heard them talking about selling them into slavery.
I say, are you hungry, thirsty? Do you need anything?
She just looks at you, and she just goes, is my son okay? Is my son all right?
We've other members of our party are making sure he's all right.
At this point, Calla and Rowan are at the cage with the son. What would you two like to do?
Hi, child. Are you okay? I have a charisma of -1.
The child is kind of like kind of snotty and dirty, and like kind of like, and just looks up and just goes, "Mama? Where's Mama?"
I am not your mother. She's in the cell opposite. I've got people on it. We're gonna get you out. Hang in there, bud.
I can't even roll. I can't even role play this. Good God. The child carries on snottily sobbing, and looks really a bit scared of you, and looks like it's got that kind of like twitchy mouth where it's like,
I do like that.
I'll just turn to him and I'll go, they're gone now. Your mum's okay. But we need to make sure there's a clear, safe passageway until we can get you out of here. So you're just going to have to stay put and stay strong for your mum for me for a few more minutes.
Oh,
Channeling the IRL nursery nurse right here.
Persuasion check with advantage, because that was actually quite sweet.
That was an 18 plus 22.
The little boy looks at Rowan with something akin to hero worship, and goes.
And then I give him a short sword. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Well,
You already gave the goblin your short sword.
That's what I'm doing.
So so you are in the sort of the open area with 2 slave pens, one north, one south. What do you want to do?
How do we get them out?
I'd like to ask the women, do you know if there's a key or a lever or anything that can open these doors?
The older women, their mum, just sort of looks at you and just goes, "We haven't seen anybody with a key since we came in. We were locked in here by one of the bugbears. But nobody has let us out since we get past some bread and some water to keep us alive, and that's it."
Okay. They're
Did we
safer.
miss the key on one of the bugbears?
I honestly think they're safer in here until we can make sure that it's clear and safe for them to get out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
Yeah, but we don't really have a way to get them out right now anyway, so
not
we don't
yet,
really have an
no.
option.
I will take my ration pack and give it to the mum and daughter.
Okay.
I'll give them a couple of mine if.
Yeah, I'll give the boy mine if you could take it from me. I don't know.
I think I think they're hungry. As long as you push the ration packs far enough in, because they are chained to the wall, so they can't get very far.
Attach it to a
Lob it
javelin
at
and
his
throw
head.
it into the door.
Yeah, I'll assume that you're not that incompetent and that you actually managed to do that. So, what are you going to do now?
I'd quite like to check the walls, see if there's any levers or latches or secret doors or anything.
Do a perception check for me. Just to do. So I'm going to.
Natural one.
No.
Seems on a level.
Apart from the
I gave them
the
one of my
flagstones don't
rations.
seem on the level.
I don't
but
even find the original door we came in from.
That's pretty much how it is.
Okay, shall we?
I explained to the women, look, your son is fine, but we're going to check if we can find the key and make sure it's safe to bring you out.
Okay, and the woman nods and she holds her daughter, like even tighter and says, thank you. I know that you will come back for us.
Yes, I promise.
And she says, I have nothing to give you. I have nothing to reward you. But when I was,
We expect nothing in return.
Also, we kind of broke your front door, so we owe you.
So that's we owe you one.
she's looking a little bit sort of a little bit puzzled by that comment, but she kind of goes past.
Yeah, we've been investigating this whole thing for a while.
And she
We're detectives.
and she looks at you and she says, I can tell you where there is something if you promise you'll come back.
Of course, we'll come back.
Even if there wasn't something. Some things are always good though.
We will.
She says, and she says, if you come back, I'll share what I have with you.
Cool.
What do you want to do?
Shall we
She calls over as well. She goes, Nilsa, it's going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Should we end it there? Just at least if you're getting a bit tired.
I think it's probably quite a good place
Yeah,
to.
maybe.
I think it's a good place.
Better
Yeah, because I mean,
rest up here.
that's it. You've just discovered the kidnapped family that was taken. You actually didn't take a massive amount of damage that time. You think you did very well. You took a little. Some of you took a little. Yeah, some of you took a little bit, but you kind of.
I took damage, but it didn't matter.
No, because that's one of the benefits of having a direwolf form. So yeah, okay. Well, there we go. That was that session.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Yay! Thank you.
The next session, I'm gonna find Jim,
No.
and he's gonna live on my shoulder,
Thank
and we're gonna be happy.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah,
Well, I'll let you know. By the way,
I think Jim. By the way, I think
Jim went.
I think Jim is long gone.
Ah,
You're not
He might
having
come back.
that in the game.
Okay,